That's not why you called. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central.
My bad. Fuck that up. We're going to restart. Just pretend, if you're watching this, just pretend that didn't happen, okay? Just seriously, okay? So for just a second, just forget that happened and just, like, pretend that we're going to restart, okay? So I'm going to go silent again, and then we're going to pretend like that didn't, like that didn't happen, okay? Okay, ready to go.
For you, the president.
What? That's not why you called. Hosted by Lefty. I deserve to be blown. Dr. Chiz. One more chance. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. It's That's Not Why You Called.
And here we go.
Welcome to That's Not Why You Called, episode 12. Let's just pretend that beginning didn't happen. I played it like we were coming back from a break, not like
a really, really long break.
Yeah, that's all. I played it like we were coming back from one of our little interludes instead of the show open. That was my bad. But hey, at least I played something, and like I didn't forget to turn up the audio channel, or I didn't forget to unmute XSplit or something like that. I mean, at least we had sound. It was the wrong sound. It was bad sound.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, but it was sound. We got it. So
remember, attendance is all that we need for professionalism.
Yeah,
okay?
we're
so
here.
We're fine.
90% of life is showing
something.
up. Yeah, we're right. Let's run down the positives here. We're here. I wanted to say we're queer, get used to it, but we're here. We're doing a show. We're live. There was sound played.
You
and
can see us.
I could have. You can see us, but I could have just gone with it. I could have just gone with the sound and not played the open.
I wonder how many people would have actually noticed.
I don't know. I like the open. I worked on that, and it's gonna get played. Damn it! I worked on it. It's getting played. That's where we are with this.
It got played after a little bit of fuck up.
It's fine. No, but we're here. We're trying. You know what? You know what? $150,000 a year in an account.
Oh, we've upped it.
That doesn't happen. Oh, we've upped it, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you reminded me we need those instant replay machines, and those are like $3,000.
Those are like $3,000. And we need one each.
Right. So I need to have one, Chiz needs to have one, and Katie needs to have one. So we've upped it. They're like $3,000 a piece. So and of course other things, whatever.
Like ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah, we need ice cream. We need a fully stocked fridge. Chiz is leaving. I'm doing the damn intro. Where are you going? Where's he going? What are you doing? You moron. Okay, well, I guess I'm flying the show solo now. Oh, now he's back.
It's all on you.
You just got up. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to go. Bye. I'm like, what?
This is so annoying. Like, there is something up with my headphones where I only get left ear unless I press really hard right here on the cup, and then I get I get stereo again. I don't know what the issue is.
That's a headphone issue. Your headphones
well, no
are just
shit,
fucking
it's a
up.
headphone issue.
Well, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
Is working. Well, it's got to be something with because the audio signal only goes into the left side, right?
Yeah.
So that means the audio, there has to be a wire to send the sound to the other phone, and that's just that's screwing up.
And it's always when I take them off just for a second right there, and now I got to get it back again. So I look like a retard. You were fine flying solo.
Yeah, no. Welcome. I'm your host, Lefty. What the hell is wrong with you? You're just you've got violent Tourette syndrome where you just have to hit yourself. But anyway, we are here. Katie is not with us tonight. What are you doing? It looks like you're jerking off your headphones.
There we go. If I hit the fucking thing inside of it, it gets better.
Okay. Yes.
Thank
because
you, Astro.
This show not brought to you by
You're not
Astro.
sponsoring us, so I'm gonna burn these.
And
later.
and now, thanks to that, we'll never be sponsored by Astro.
If
But it's
we
fine.
get to
I like my
2000
Audio Technicas.
I want those. If we get to 2,000 likes on this episode, even though Katie's not here and she brings all the likes,
She does bring all the likes.
2,000 likes, I will melt these on the next show.
All right, so there you go. You've got orders. We need 2,000 likes on this video, and Chiz will melt those Astros on the next show. And also, you could just like the stream because it does help us out, and maybe you enjoy the show that we put on for you. It does really help us out, and we greatly appreciate it. And we thank you all very much. Yeah. So I'm your host, Lefty. Now we're going to finally get to the propers. We're about 5 minutes into the show.
We're good, solid.
I'm your host,
Wouldn't be
Lefty.
that someone who called if things did not go off very smoothly at the beginning.
Oh, right. We are known for our punctuality and just how our professionalism. Really,
We're here.
we are known complete. We are here and queer
What
and
more do you
professional. We're here. We're queer. We're professional. That's
Fight
our
the
motto.
power.
That's our motto. In fact, in the next overlay, we're gonna have "We're here. We're queer. We are professional." So
Fight the power.
fight the power. Or
Black
I'm
Panthers.
not a crook. Are you double Black Panthers?
Double Black Panthers.
Is that like a
One's a
multiplier?
cobra. One's a cobra.
So why is the Cobra attacking the Black Panther?
We're the red cobras.
Or the Red Cobras?
Black Panthers.
Like the G.I. Joe Cobras?
Ooh, yes.
Well, they're not actual
not
Cobras, but Cobra.
The cobra unit.
Yeah. I'd like to be a
Why
part
is
of
this a panther, by the way?
Well, that's just the pride
Is that the
symbol, I
paw?
think. That doesn't.
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
It's not meant to be like, this represents Panther.
But it's most commonly associated with that organization.
Is it? I don't know. They start doing that? Because there's that iconic shot of the, what was it? It was the,
Nelson Mandela.
no, not Nelson Man. I almost said Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes. His brother, Nelson Mandela, or his
From
cousin.
Nantucket.
Don't you mean Nantucket? He'd be from Nantucket if we're
Nantucket.
just going to stick with me being a linguistic douchebag. No, it's some Olympics. Was it? It wasn't the Munich Olympics, was it? Was it Munich? It might have been Munich. The first
one
and
with
second
Jesse
up. The
Owen.
first. No. That was that Munich?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, Munich was in the 70s or something. That was
Oh.
where the Israeli. The Israeli team was taken hostage, and they ended up all getting killed, or many of them. But
We
there's an
don't
iconic
negotiate
photo
with
of
terrorists.
two black American athletes. During the medal ceremony, they put their head down and they did the pride thing. I forget when that was. Somebody let us know in the comments. You can also tweet us the answer at hashtag TNWYC if you want to get in touch with the show. # TNWYC. Just add that to your tweet. We will see it, or we'll try to see it. Katie's usually the one that handles all that stuff for kind of maybe a little
She
bit.
does do things.
She does kind of do things sometimes. But
Occasionally.
she is not
She's
here.
feeling for it.
Yeah, she's
not here.
This is why she's not getting part of the money.
Her third leg is being surgically removed as we speak. A lot of people don't know that about Katie. 3 legs. That's why she's fast. Now you know.
Would 3 legs make you faster?
It seemed like it would be a hindrance, if anything.
Well, because you got to look at like a
Like, what if you
three-legged.
trip on it and you pole vault on it?
Yeah, well, like a 3-legged dog. Is a 3-legged dog really fast?
Well, no, but they're 4-legged, so they're going down. We have 2. We're going up.
Right.
We're upgrading. We're trading up.
Moving on up, moving on up. I guess. But anyway, no, Katie's working tonight. She's picking up some extra hours, trying to make a little bit extra money. But Chiz is here, and we're going to do the show. This is Chiz. Hi. You can follow him at Dr. Chiz. And I believe the description should link to his Twitch page because he's been streaming a lot. So you should go check him out there and follow him there and go watch him stream. What did you just do the Black Power thing, or was that Zeke Heil?
That was the
Oh,
Nobody noticed. I was going. Snuck it in there.
great.
I forgot what I wanted to talk about.
just,
Something about the Olympics. Oh, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
We don't. Nobody
don't.
negotiates with terrorists.
No. You want to know why? Do you know why, Lefty?
No, I don't know why. Please enlighten us.
Because if we did, every fucking camera crew would get kidnapped. If you don't pay them, they got no reason to capture people. We may lose some people, but it's a lot less than guaranteeing almost every camera crew.
But they
we
say
get
that they
captured.
say that in every movie, but they end up still negotiating.
Yeah, but we don't.
Because right in The Rock, don't they say we don't negotiate with terrorists, but then when they end up fucking negotiating.
What movie with The Rock?
The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. I thought
Not
you meant
with The Rock. The
Oh,
movie The Rock. Welcome to the Rock.
But they didn't negotiate with them. They fucking stormed that goddamn island, and that wasn't going to work. They're going to blow it up with
Well, they
thermite
tried to
plasma.
negotiate. They tried to negotiate with them.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
and I forgot about that. They
kinda
did
led
drop
them on.
thermite.
They led them on. They're like, we'll give you $30 million. We just need more time just to, make sure the planes are in the air.
But if you're a terrorist and you take over like something, and you know most police agencies don't want to negotiate with terrorists, but then they start negotiating with you, or shouldn't like bells be like, wait a minute.
Something ain't right.
You say all the time that you don't negotiate with terrorists, and I'm a terrorist, but you're negotiating with me. What are you up to, police?
Exactly. And then they thermite plasma your ass.
Right, that was the test bed. The Rock. When did that movie come out? That was late 90s, right? That was the test bed for the World Trade Center. They're like, fuck, it worked on Alcatraz. We're going to bring down the trade towers.
With thermite paint, though.
Right. Well, Jesse Ventura's on that ship. I'm talking about thermite paint. Big dumb idiot. Come on.
I thought that VX gas was fake.
Is VX gas real?
Yeah, I was watching something on the History Channel. It was like the top 10 most dangerous things, and like VX gas was number 6 or whatever. And it was just like the movie. It's like in liquid form or whatever. It's potent, but once it gets in, like one drop of it will kill everyone in this room.
Oh, really?
Just like the movie. Which is why I don't understand why Nicolas Cage puts it in that dude's mouth, punches it. That dude dies, but the atrophy, I guess, is enough to.
Well,
is that really all it takes?
Well, he does it. I mean, he starts like freaking out.
He starts convulsing
and then
a little bit, but then he atrophies himself with atrophy.
Yeah.
Is that really all it would take?
I don't know.
My favorite part in that movie is at the beginning when he's still at the FBI.
Oh, right, and his friend
and
is like,
you want me to stick this in my fucking heart? Are you fucking kidding me? What if I miss? And it's like a fucking needle this long.
No, I'm not. No, that's.
I couldn't do that. That's a situation where I'd be fucked.
And why did the soldiers in that movie have mini cams on them? Why did they have those little shoulder cameras?
GoPros? I don't know.
Right? Because that wasn't even a thing. That wasn't even a technology then.
Yeah.
Sponsored
by GoPro.
They had night vision like mini cams on them.
Mm-hmm. And they had those weird trip sensors, like the one where even if you disarm it, it still goes off, or whatever, the little pendulum.
Well, yeah, but they're Marines though, so they got that stuff on lockdown. So, I mean, and they're all these people are supposedly Navy SEALs, but they don't speak like Navy SEAls. They say stand fast. They're like stand fast. What does that even mean?
I will not give that order.
I will not give that order. Are you? You should give. With you? You are covered from an elevated position. Blah, 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 blah. Like,
I will not give that order. I cannot give that order. Like, you're gonna die.
But just a bad movie. So when you start breaking down The Rock in terms of
81 hostages versus 10 million civilians, however many it is in San Francisco, I don't know.
And then the feet thing,
What feet thing?
Mason.
Oh, the feet thing. That was another one.
That's a good scene. And then, elegant string of pearls configuration. It's quite beautiful, really. Like, shut up, Nicolas Cage.
Sean Connery, though.
Sean Connery's good. What was his wife's name?
The prom queen.
Oh, yeah, Carla was the prom queen.
Yeah, Carla was the prom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she was.
Yep.
And she was just a raging bitch, too.
Yeah,
throughout the whole movie, just a bitch. Yeah. Like, look, lady, I'm the driver. Leave me alone. I'm told bring you from A to B. Stop screaming at me. There's nothing I can do. I'm just a guy.
Hey, could you not come to San Francisco? It's bad. Oh, to hell with that. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Oh, you dumb. She deserved to die. I don't care if you are pregnant. That's no excuse.
So now that we've thoroughly just absolutely eviscerated the movie The Rock.
I love it, though. I love.
Well, it's so bad. Like, it's so bad, it's good. I mean, why are Marines wearing urban camouflage? Does anybody wear urban camouflage? I've never seen anybody actually wear that except in video games and bad movies.
What is the point? Like, even when they're going through urban areas, they still got their desert camo on and shit like that.
And it's like, oh, I'm a brick wall.
I'm a brick wall that has speckled black and white paint on it.
Right? Because have you been to a city? They're not all like in a jungle. It's pretty monochromatic, really. I mean, there's a lot dominated by green. So if you're wearing jungle fatigues, there's going to be a lot of green in your jungle fatigues. Makes sense. But if you've been to a city, they're all different kinds of colors. All these buildings.
Go to New York, you're fucked. Just
Right.
glowing neon everywhere.
It's like, what do you... Oh, I'm a trash can. Bleh. You can't see me in my urban camouflage that I'm
You'd be
wearing.
better off staying in the green camo and like jump into like a potted plant area or something.
Mm-hmm.
You'd really blend in well in a hotel lobby, like the Ritz or something. They have nice shrubbery in their lobbies.
Right.
Not walk around.
Then
in
they're
black
all
and
wearing
white.
tactical vests to cover up the camouflage. It's like,
Yeah, I
what
never
are you
understood that one.
doing?
I don't know why you don't wear that underneath.
It should be like if a camouflage is supposed to work, if it's supposed to accomplish anything, it should be like a parka or a
Should be.
poncho,
Or one of those full one denim jumpsuit things.
a onesie, a
Yeah.
camouflage onesie. I like
You'd be
it.
kind of fucked though if you had to like go to the bathroom. You have to take off the top half and
Right, you squirm
oh,
out
that
of
guy's
it.
invisible from the bottom down. Don't shoot him there.
No,
I understood that.
but-
It looks cool. I like the color. Like I always pick it for gun color in like Call of Duty, the urban camo or like the red, black, and white. But because I just think desert and shit looks like crap. But when isn't that applicable?
oh yeah, the Russians like their version of it is like red. What?
Yeah.
That's even.
I don't even understand that one.
Although, is there a lot of brick masonry in the?
Yeah, there must be a lot of masonry.
I don't
Or a lot of rust on shit because it's fucking Russia.
yeah, because it's
Half
Russia.
the
Like,
Soviet
all right,
Union fell.
maybe that's why they're like, all right, everything is rusty here in Russia. That is why we. I don't know why. It's
sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger explaining. That's why everything in Russia is rusty. So we need the rusty camouflage. So you'll be hiding from the enemies. That's why. That's why he does it.
God, that was so awesome. I'm like, this doesn't. There's a hint of Russian, but it's
Yeah,
really.
yeah. My
dominant
Russian, it
Arnold
quickly
Schwarzenegger.
turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's why, like, my Christopher Walken quickly turns into old
Turns
Jewish
into
man,
Old Jewish man. It does.
and vice versa. When I'm trying to do old Jewish man, eventually I turn into Christopher Walken.
It's this weird parallel universe thing.
Yeah, I think
Both
think
of
everybody
us.
should like and favorite this stream for crappy impersonations.
At 3,000 likes, we'll do an entire show in the Angry Jew voices.
Oh no, we got to switch it up. Like we'll do it. We'll do it all in voices. We'll play a game like
All different voices. No regular
Arnold
shit.
Schwarzenegger, Christopher Walken, movie voice guy. I don't know who else. Old Jewish men.
I would pay for old movie voice guy.
Well, not
He's
old
pretty
movie
awesome.
voice, but
Movie.
it
movie
sucks
phone.
that he's dead. The original. Oh, the movie phone guy. Hello
Movie
and
phone.
welcome to Movie Phone.
Movie phone. Press 9.
I remember using that.
Chucky. I don't because I'm not old. Not that
Yeah,
old.
see, that's how old I am. I remember using movie phone
Movie
instead
phone.
of
The only reason I
Fandango.
even know about movie phone is from Seinfeld. It's the
Oh yeah,
only
that was a
reason
great
why.
episode. Yeah,
Like he's got the same number as the movie phone number.
hmm
That was awesome.
That was a good episode. That was.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Seinfeld hit on like a lot of things, and a lot of them are still topical today, which is good.
Yeah,
Like that's
which is
that's
why
what
it's
you
still
want.
syndication.
So
I think they have the #1 running syndicated show still.
Jerry Seinfeld's got so much money.
He was doing stand-up comedy a couple cities away, like last week or whatever.
Mm.
But he's not the kind of guy. He's not the kind of comic I'm really into. He's got good material, but like Carlin, Titus, Bill Burr, things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he
Seinfeld's
doesn't.
A great show.
He doesn't.
He's a clean comic.
Well, he's clean. He also, but he doesn't really say a lot about.
He just points out observations and doesn't really grow on top of it.
Right, he plays on societal. He doesn't play on societal issues. He plays on society and just things that we all think are weird. And he observes them, and he's obviously very good at what he does.
Yeah.
But I think he just goes about. He doesn't like Carlin is making a point, and he gets to his point by being funny.
Yeah.
Same thing with Bill Burr and Louis C.K. Excuse me, is it Louis or Louis?
It's Louis. And it's funny you bring this up because I saw someone else name, or they said the name Louis on Twitter. And I was like, I said to myself, how the fuck do you determine the difference between Louis and Louis? And I Googled it, and I could not figure it out. And funny, if you type in Louis, it's the first, his name is like number 2 on the search results if you just type in Louis.
But he spells it like Louis.
It's spelled like Louis, but it can go both ways.
English
And
just sucks, man. I hate
That's the
English.
problem. That's why people have trouble learning English. It's because so many different words are spelt the same, but they
Right?
can be pronounced
Or-
a different way.
Or the same words, like the same, at least proper nouns. You know, they can be they sound exactly the same, but they're spelled just slightly differently. Like Lawrence and like Lawrence. How many different ways can you spell Lawrence?
L-A-W way, the L-A-U way. I think I'm sure there's more.
You can probably throw an S in there somewhere.
Let's try to think of names that are spelled multiple fucking ways that are annoying.
There's a word
It's
for
funny. Bernie from Rooster Teeth, he spells his name Burnie, and I've seen that so much that the proper spelling of Bernie with an E looks wrong to me.
There's a writer for the Gawker main site. Her name is Katie, but she spells it C-A.
There's a name.
C-A-I-T-Y. And I'm just
I've
what
seen that.
like you. I know nothing about this woman. Nothing. She's probably
She's a bitch.
No, nothing about her. I mean, she's obviously a very good writer. She's writing for the front running Gawker website, Gawker Media website. She's got something going for her. But I'm going to go ahead and guess her parents are pretentious asshats. Because we're going to name our daughter Katie. Okay, how do you want that spelled? Oh, C-A-I-T-Y.
So there's the C way, there's the way Katie spells her name. Then there's the one without an I in it, which is like Caddy.
Right, yeah.
Never seen a C-A-T-Y.
K-A-T-I-E. K-A-T-I-E works for Katie. No.
There's a lot.
Let us know in the comments other different...
And then this gets into like the nicknames for things. Like, when did Robert become Bob? What? I don't know how you jump to or like Richard became Dick. Like, that's probably the most extreme one.
Well, does it go from Richard to Dick or Dick to Richard? Because I always thought Dick, like, once Dick became that kind of word, people were like, "Oh crap! Like, my name's Dick. I got to come up with something else. Just call me Richard,
how many
please."
People are named Dick now. It goes like those don't make sense. The ones that make sense are Richard to Rick or Christopher to Chris.
Right.
Or
they're just truncated versions of the name.
Yeah, they just cut their name down. But you've changed the word completely, like James and Jimmy.
Oh, right.
There's another one, which that's a pretty common one.
John and Jack, John and Jack.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. Those are two totally different names, and they're spelled the same length.
They are two very different names.
My name's John. I go by Jack. What the fuck?
Oh, is your name Jonathan? No, John. Oh, Jon? No, John.
Yeah.
Just call me Jack, though.
Sean's another one. Sean can be spelled phonetically correct the right way, which is S-H-A-W-N or S-E-A-N, and there's some other variations in there.
Oh, Sean Figgins. He's or is he still playing? I don't know if he's still playing anymore.
Sean.
C-H-O-N-E. He wants to go by Sean.
C-H-O-N-E?
Yep, and he's like, call me Sean. Like,
Sean?
really? That's. I think at some point he was like, fine, it's just Sean. Fine. But there was a time where he was like, no, call me Sean. Like, that means Sean to me. And it's like, okay, dude.
Chantel.
Mm-hmm.
Chantel. That's a hard CH.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how people come up with their names. Charles to Charlie, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Charles to Chuck. Charles Barkley.
Yeah,
he gets called Chuck all the time. What's that all about? Stop that.
That's got to really piss people off. I know my dad falls into that. His name is Richard. He's like, if you ever called me Dick, we had a problem. Because it's not, you have a name. If you want to go by a different name, go ahead. And this is weird. Growing up, I always wanted to be called Chris for shorter. I thought it was cooler. But, of course, that name is associated with shortening down Christopher. I've never seen anyone go from Christian to Chris.
Right.
But now I go for a job interview, and they're like, is it Christian or Chris? I'm like, Christian. Like, I prefer that now as opposed to Chris, because I feel if people call me Chris, they're going to think my full name is Christopher.
Right. You should do that just to mess with people.
Yeah, call me Chris. Okay.
Oh, so Christopher. Right, so when they're writing down your full name.
They fuck it up.
Yeah.
Just weird.
We're messing with the guy. See, I have a similar thing. Because everybody calls me, my given name is Jonathan, but everybody just says John because bleh. But I've got something similar. So I just go by John, and my mom would get pissed when I was growing up and my friends would call, and they'd be like, "Yeah, it's John."
We don't have a John here.
And she'd be like, "That's not what I named you." I'm like, "Okay, like what am I supposed to do?"
By the way, way to just drop a bombshell like that on everyone.
What? Oh, my name?
You just gave your name out, man.
Oh, man. It's not like I haven't actually actively tried to hide it or anything. And,
Yeah.
oh
you guys
my
are
God.
creepy. We never talked about that. Y'all like creepy in the PK subreddit. That's not what you call it, subreddit. The comments of multiple episodes. Why the infatuation with his first name? Just because you don't know it? That's just creepy.
And people are just
It's not
unabashedly creepy
identifying
about
at
it.
all.
They're creepy about it. Like, stop being creepy.
And if you call him John or Jonathan, you're gonna get blocked.
Because that's just they're trying to power word. It's a
Yeah.
thing where they're just like, "Ha, I know something that you don't want people to know." It's like, no, I've never actively hide it. I just don't want you to be a fucking creep about it. Stop being creepy,
I get thrown
insolent
off
children.
when people address me by it in the YouTube internet scene. Like I like my my handle. I like
I like
when
Lefty.
people text me or something, and I had this happen the other day. Someone always calls me by my handle, and then they use my full name or my first name, and I'm like, why did you? I'm like offended. Like, why did you call me that?
Right.
It's just weird.
I mean,
far as
people
you
are like,
know-
well, why do you insist on going by Lefty? Because John is lame.
Yeah,
That's a lame name.
it's the #1 used name.
Like, I want to be something else. Lefty is cool. Like, it's different. It's one word, but it's like you know,
It's like Cher, but cool and not gay.
right.
Bono.
See, even Bono is lame. Bono.
It is pretty lame.
Get out of here.
Bono.
Lefty is where it's at.
It's bad enough the music sucks, but with no last name, you can't find out where the fuck he lives to throw a goddamn bomb through his window.
Is that Carlin?
Yep.
Okay.
I love that bit.
What special is that from?
Oh shit, that was one of like 2001 or 99. It was.
Oh, really? So that was.
It might have been Complaints and Grievances or You Are All Diseased.
Yeah.
It's one of those two because it was a long thing on names and he was older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did somebody just ask me what my real name is? I've spent like 5 minutes talking about it. No.
Now he wants to know. He also wants to know what happened to Hutch.
Yeah, no shit. Right?
What happened to Hutch? Why aren't
happened to
there
Hutch?
guests? 3 things. What's your name? Where's Hutch? And why aren't there guests? The 3 things I want to know.
John and Christian, because fuck you, and because he's gone. Since episode 5, we've doubled it since he's been here.
Yes.
So
We've continued.
a majority of us over when we've had Hutch.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a little flicked a scab off.
Wasn't
Flicked a scab off. Not
it? Because people are going to take that negatively.
there's no
Hutch is-
bad blood.
Hutch is just a
okay?
busy guy, and he couldn't make the show. I mean, he had told us he was down, he was ready to go full forward with this thing, and then he was like, "Dude, things are really, really busy." Okay.
Now they're all spelling your shortened name wrong.
Oh no, it's not like the toilet. Don't. Why is the toilet called a John? Does it have to do with King John? Maybe
Or the head.
the head,
The head doesn't really. You don't want to get head in there.
the latrine. And some guys are like, I've been in the military. I'm going to call it the latrine.
Now,
Fuck
what does
you.
that word even mean besides that?
What, latrine?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that its actual definition? Latrine.
Who calls it latrine? Is that Army?
I
think that's Army. Army calls it a latrine.
Yeah, because it's like a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally without a bowl. It's just a toilet.
Yeah, it's just a place you
Take a
dig
dump.
to take a dump. Yeah.
Yeah. The term was derived in Latin, meaning bath. All right, so interesting, I guess. I don't want to go bathe in the latrine.
No. You don't want to go diving in there for your morning glory. Yeah, because the Army calls it a latrine, and the Navy and I think the Marines call it a head.
The head.
The head.
Yeah. And the
And
Marines? Yeah, that would make sense.
Just a
the
quick-
Air Force, they don't poop.
no, the Air Force doesn't poop. The Chair
No.
Force, no, because they're sitting in
No,
chairs.
they're
All the
sitting
chairs
in
have
chairs
toilets
now.
on. They just call them a toilet because it's like
Yeah.
we're just the Air Force. We go to the trailer, we fly drones, and we kill innocent people, and then we go home.
It's like a game of Nintendo where I just sit and poop where I play my games.
Yes, it's very much like that South Park episode.
If you are part of the Air Force, we love you because we don't want to. I would think being in the Air Force, this was on the PK we talked about where Kyle said he would want to do that. I would too, in theory and principle, but I don't do well with heights. I don't do well with very quick acceleration.
What do you
and
mean? Being a pilot?
Yeah, a fighter pilot.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think that would be so cool and fun, but I don't do well with heights. The acceleration to get up, even just in normal planes, kind of fucks with my head. And there's always the possibility of crashing. I don't like that. Like, if
Yeah,
I just-
crashing bad.
If I get a little lazily, it's like, oh, fuck, mountain, damn it.
Yeah. No.
Hit my head on the canopy and get taken out like Goose.
No, Goose just breaks his neck Which
Yeah, he hits his head on the canopy.
But that doesn't make any sense. All right, we're going to talk about this. We got a break coming up. We're going to talk about it more when we come back. We're going to talk about the impropriety or the improbability. Like the stream, it does help us, and we do greatly appreciate it. I like to see all the scrolling likes. I like this video. I like this video. Anyway, that's not what you called. We'll be right back.
Penis in the butt.
That's not why you called. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
Welcome back. That's not why you called. We are here. Second segment. You see, we don't need Katie. We do not need Katie. We got
time.
We were on time to that break.
We got watches with numbers.
Yeah, I got numbers watch. I've got.
But even if there weren't any, I could still tell the time.
See, I've got minutes and hours and stuff. I've got a little mini one that does seconds. For some reason, the second hand, the big second hand on the face of the watch doesn't seem to want to work right.
What do you have, like an Air Force watch with 3 dials on it?
Yeah, I've got an August.
Hold up the camera.
August Steiner. Got an August Steiner.
Yeah, you got an Air Force watch.
Oh, is it an Air Force watch? It's just it
Well,
looks nice.
typically that's what they use because they got to get everything down to like the nanosecond. I prefer divers' watches.
Do a lot
I
of
got
diving, do you? Little
Big
deep
face.
sea- deep
They look
sea.
clean. They look nice. Very shiny.
I've got the date. I've got the day of the month. I've got I don't know what this other one is. It's
I got the date. See, yours probably doesn't have this though. Let me show you this. For if I go diving, I never use this. But my dad does all the time for like cooking and shit. I've got this dial here, so I turn it, and I line it up with what the minute hand is, so then I can watch it and make sure. All right, it lines up here. It's been 10 minutes.
Oh, damn, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, and then I rotate it all the way back because it only rotates one way. I hate changing the date on watches. Because, like, they only have one... Does yours only have one thingy on it to change the time and shit?
Yeah, and it's just got to be in different positions.
You got to pull it out a certain way.
Right? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, and then because you forget, like, which one it is. You're like, all right, wait, which one changes the date? Is it the second position or the first position? And then all of a sudden it's like, you know, you do it at 11 in the morning. It's like, oh, wait, it's 5 o'clock now. Like, son of a... And then you got to go all the way back around. And then if it changes automatically and you just like screw it and you go around the clock once again, that can change the date.
Yeah, it will.
And it's just like, and then
and you're like, fuck.
For like a week, I was always 12 hours off. In the middle of the day, the individual day would flip over, and I couldn't figure out how to get it done.
I do that a lot when it comes to daylight. Well, one, because you have to change the number all the time for the month because it's either... You know, the 30th, the 31st, or it's February, and it completely fucks you up.
Fuck February. Fuck that.
Or when daylight savings time comes, for like a good month, maybe 2, I will not change it. I will just go, all right, add an hour. Minus an hour. We're good.
Nice.
Yep.
There's a link dump if you want to follow along and you want maybe some sourced material on what we're talking about and you want it done in real time, go ahead and check out the link dump. It is in the description of the stream. As always, we appreciate everybody that does like the stream. It does help us out. I love seeing the scrolls. So anyway, Boost. Damn it. Why did I say Boost? Goose, but why? Why did I say Boost? Is that a tumor?
I don't. You having stroke?
No, I got Coke Zero.
Gas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Goose dying in Top Gun is total bullshit.
Explain why.
Why is the canopy, that thing's going, what, 500 knots? What's an F-14 Tomcat flying?
I don't know. Really fucking fast.
It's,
M14.
No, F-14. F-14A Tomcat. What are they? They were flying the D variant, I think. They were flying F-14D.
Yeah, sure. I was going to say they were flying Raptors, but okay. I don't know, like probably like 1,300 miles an hour.
But they're going like really fast, right? Like 500 knots. When the canopy just like gets released, gets detached from the airframe. Well, because there's air. It's going 500 knots. It's a big-ass airfoil. What's it going to do?
What I don't get is why... I mean, the canopy covers both of them like this, so it has to completely come up for both of them to get out. So what degree can Maverick get out, but not Goose? Is it like this, and he waited too long?
It's bullshit. It's just absolute bullshit. All right, I'm hosting the show myself again. I don't know why I looked at my watch. I like looking at my watch. You ever do that when you're just like, when you got nothing to do and somebody asks you a question, you're just like, I'm going to look at my watch before I answer this question because I need to look and sound important, like I got somewhere to go. But yeah, it's bullshit that Goose died. It's bullshit because the canopy shouldn't
kill him off.
The canopy would never have been there. Yeah, it's like they were trying to create some tension or something in the characters.
It's a pretty gay movie anyway.
There's a lot of gay undertones.
It's a big heartthrob movie.
A lot of gay undertones there.
Yeah.
With the shirtless Val Kilmer and guy from Pacific Blue and
he's hot.
The Pacific Blue guy?
No, Val Kilmer.
Turned out to be gay, didn't he?
Who, Val Kilmer?
Yeah, I thought Val Kilmer was gay.
I don't know.
No, guys, I'm not talking about something 1.3 Mach. I'm talking about cruising speed on the F-14, not when it goes supersonic trying to break the sound barrier. They weren't doing that. They were like flying.
They rip them to shreds when they get out.
No, I don't think... I'm not a pilot, and I don't claim to be.
Really?
I've never taken a piloting course.
Pilot?
Oh, yeah. I'm like a guy that claims to be an Air Force fighter pilot when he's just done commercial stuff that he had to pay for and do on his own time. And he was just flying little shitbird Cessnas. He hasn't even gotten in the cockpit of a jet fighter yet. But anyway, I digress. I've never flown a jet airplane ever, and I probably never will. But I'm guessing that when you're in the Navy and you have a supersonic fighter, they tell you don't eject at supersonic speeds.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine that. Like, the G-force alone from being released would probably just kill you.
Yes.
If you were going at those speeds. Just, boom.
And unless you're on an oxygen tank, you can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Because when you're moving faster... No, could it be? It's something weird.
No, because you're moving faster than sound.
Weird stuff happens when... but that's the reverberation. But it's something weird happens when you're... Weird shit happens when you're approaching the sound barrier. Just...
I was watching something on the History Channel again, and it was like it is Modern Marvels for the win. It was like, oh, come on.
It was cool for a while, but then I saw one like Modern Marvels Peanuts. I'm like, really?
I've watched a couple of those very like bland, like the topic is only one thing, and it's like
caramel, candy caramel.
Canning.
Like, really? Canning.
But the ones on like carbon and acid were interesting.
Yeah, there's like when they're narrow topics, yeah, Modern Marvels is cool, but when it's just like
apples.
Yeah.
But it was like the fastest, I don't know if it was jet or flight thing. It would go from LA, it could make LA to New York in 20 minutes. It was a little tiny jet, but how they sent it off was in a B-52. It was attached it had a rocket on the end of it, and they had to carry it in a B-52. They dropped it, the rocket went first, like in a space shuttle. Went and shot them far. Then it detached, and then their its own propulsion system took it, and it was like, I don't know, it was going at like Mach 10, I think.
Okay.
Mach 9.
Where are they on scramjets? Or they're not scramjets, they're ramjets, I think, or scram.
Ram.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ram is the one. Well, Ram is just the typical. Is that just the typical one where it just ignites the air it brings it down to subsonic, and then it ignites it and it goes? Because that's what they were explaining, that it's either Ram is the standard issue, or it's the one I'm talking about where it's able to combust the air at supersonic, or it's beyond supersonic, and then it can go. Okay. That's why it's able to go so fast.
I don't know, but it's
Plain
like
talk.
It's like a non-moving part system. It's a non-moving. There's not many moving parts in the jet, and it can go. It's a geometrically more powerful propulsion system than just a standard jet turbine engine.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist. Yeah, or a rocket scientist.
People.
Yeah, cheer for. But no, let us know, because I always thought that stuff was kind of cool. Now they're talking about ion propulsion and some
space
scientists. Right, space elevator is cool. But some scientists said that he has mathematically allowed for warp drive, which is really cool. And it's like, okay, because I thought about it. I'm like, warp drive. How would that work? Because the idea, as it works in Star Trek lore, the starship is able to warp space in front of the starship and able to also warp space behind it. But the way the space warps, it creates a little bubble that the starship can ride in, and that, the warp space carries it forward. So that, because when you start warping space and you put people into warp space, and then you can stretch people along infinity, and they don't like that. They tend to call their attorneys when you stretch them along infinity. But that's how it works. But the big thing to that was, it's like, well, okay, we know how to warp space in front of it. We just put a big mass or a whole lot of energy there. Right. But how do we warp space in the other way behind the starship? How do we make it concave or convex versus concave in front of it? How do we do that? And they couldn't figure it out. But apparently some guys figured it out.
I also heard of a black hole based engine, and it would have little tiny black holes, and the amount of energy they put off would propel the spaceship.
Yeah, I don't like messing with black holes.
I don't either, but they're like, oh, it's just this tiny thing. I'm like, but black holes, it absorbs everything.
It's an infant. It's bad news bears. It's bad. You don't go into black holes or near them.
Have you ever looked into the multiple parallel universes theory, where the black holes are actually connecting or different layering parallel universes?
I've heard
they're these membranes or whatever, and that's how they make the universes. The membranes collide, and that's the Big Bang.
Is that's a variant of string theory, is it?
It's a different theory.
It's different than string theory.
It's a different one than string theory.
Because I know.
Because originally string theory fell apart, and this was a different theory that coupled it. And
I don't know. I know him. If my dad's watching, I know him.
What was it? In string theory, it didn't work because they were coming out with all these different strings. But if you did the math in the 11th dimension, then it all worked together, and string theory worked.
Yeah, the string theory needed different dimensions, and they were trying to be like, well, how do we make it so that there's 10 dimensions? Like, well, what if like there's these invisible things called Kalabi Yao or Yui, however you say it, manifold, and they're like 6-dimensional things that we can't see or interact with, but they're there. But they interact with everything else, and yeah, okay. But I know Stephen Hawking in the 90s postulated that something very similar, that black holes would give rise to baby universes. That there is a way to go through. If you were able to go through a black hole, you could find other things, and thus, because black holes do emit particles, you could retrieve information from a black hole. And he made a bet with some other physicist, and then that was debunked, and Stephen Hawking had to give up the ghost on the black holes and baby universes theories.
Because shit don't disappear when it goes in a black hole. It's just
well, yeah, a black hole has mass. It's just it's a big star. Or well, it was a big star.
It was a big star.
Yeah, it has. It's something. I remember. It's like if you took a teaspoon of the matter that is the black hole, it's just so incredibly dense that if you took a teaspoon of it,
light cannot escape it.
And you're stretched along infinity if you go near it. Although for humans, we'd probably just be ripped apart.
Yeah. But what if we weren't? We wouldn't know what was happening. It's just it's so slow we wouldn't even know.
Well, we would speed up theoretically to. Well, because we'd be traveling through infinitely warped space, which is essentially the speed of light or something, and I'm going to start bleeding out of my eyeballs here in a little bit. But and then the speed of light, and if you start approaching the speed of light, the weird shit that happens there too. Like what? Time stops for you relative to other observers. Like your time is measured normally. If you had a watch on, it would work normally. If you're moving in a spacecraft, to everyone else, you're moving so fast that you're basically not there. So time has relative to them stopped for you, and relative to you, time for them has sped up.
Very similar principle to the movie Clock Stoppers, where you wear a watch, you hit a button. Have you seen Clock Stoppers?
No.
Oh, well, I'm going to explain this fantastical movie to you.
Okay, please do.
You wear a watch, and it vibrates your molecules so fast that you're moving so fast that everything around you has stopped and is slowed down to the point of almost stopped, and no one can see you because you're moving at such a fast rate. It's like when a car zooms by. That's the principle.
Right.
I love the movie because it's horrible because they can there's villains and there's good ones. So they turn their watch on and they get away from the villain. I'm like, why doesn't the villain also be in clock stoppage time and then see you scurrying past all the frozen people or something like that? Or they hit each other, they turn it off. Why don't they just turn it back on? They don't turn it back on immediately. Like there's instances where
there's clearly a cooldown period. I mean,
obviously. Duh. So they're driving in the frozen stoppage time. One of them turns the watch off, and then they're back, and there's cars flying by and shit. And they're trying to dodge. I'm like, why don't you just hit your watch again and stop avoiding all the traffic coming?
Or is he just messing with them? Like, hey, check this out. Off.
And they could bring you down from stoppage time by shooting liquid nitrogen at you. And there was enhanced stoppage time. They were in a dome that had it's called hyper time, not stoppage. They were in hyper time, and the kid's like, I know how to do this. He uses the watch that speeds up his molecules in the bubble of already hyper time. So guess what happens, Lefty?
Hyper time.
His molecules are moving so fast, he can then phase through objects.
Oh, was this a sci-fi movie?
No, this was a legit movie. It had Blink-182 as some of the soundtrack and stuff. I remember it so well.
Oh God!
And it used to piss me off. I'm like, what? So is that guy gonna be forever in hyper time?
He's hyper time, man. He's gone into hyper time.
There's a scene. There's a scene where there's three of them, but there's only one watch, and there's one of those big spinning fans. So of course they activate the watch to go through the blades when they're not moving fast. But then one guy chickens out and goes, I can't go with you in there. It's too dangerous, and that place fucked me up. He walks away. What, are you going to be in fucking hyper time forever? He has the watch, the guy progressing.
But why? How does it work? How does it transfer in the area? I imagined it would have to be something like if you want to shock somebody, you got to hold hands with them. You know, have you ever done that?
No,
in
but that's
science
what I'm
class?
saying. They were holding hands.
Oh,
when
they were holding
activated
hands.
it, and that's what I'm saying. How do you unactivate it if you're leaving the person with the watch? I can't go with you. So hopefully you make it back alive, because I'd really like to get the fuck out of here.
Right, but
And they had this whole principle, because you're moving so fast, you age quicker and whatnot, and it was like the whole synopsis of the movie. Clock Stoppers. Check it out. Science talk.
Bad.
Watch. See what we did? We talked about watches, and we talked about science. Now we're talking about science watches.
I liked it. I like it. That's full circle.
Wow, we actually burned about 30 minutes there.
Did we?
Almost.
Wow. Talking about what the hell did we? What did we even talk about? This is
Goose.
We're talking about Goose.
And the other variances, and then I talked about the different planes there were and the different combustions of
Right.
turbines they used.
Mm-hmm.
Black holes, warp drive,
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm remembering the progression of the thing now.
time relativity to where you are,
To clock stoppers.
and then to clock stoppers.
And we talked about watches too at the start.
Yeah.
Because we talked about watches.
Yes, we did.
And then we started talking about Goose. Bad.
Look at that. 7 things, 8 probably. I can't wait to see the fucking link dump. There's probably
And
30 things
speaking
in
of
there.
Top Gun, Disney picks. Is it Disney that was behind Cars?
Yes.
They're coming out with planes.
Planes. Yeah, I saw that. Like, really? You're just milking it.
And I saw the trailer, and somebody
Boats.
it's the same exact. I thought it was cool. It's the same exact shot from I believe it was Top Gun, or maybe it was Behind Enemy Lines, where the camera's looking backward at the double fins or the double rudders of the plane, and
Yeah, that's Top Gun.
and then it takes off, and then you see the aircraft carrier, going away in the
Behind it,
background,
yeah.
and then it does a barrel roll, and they recreated that shot for planes, and I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's Top Gun. That sounds cool, but I mean, I feel like they've carbon copied Cars, because there's like a little dinky thing. It looks like Mater from Cars. There's something in it that looks like Mater, and I'm pretty sure Larry the Cable Guy will be voicing someone in planes. I can't wait for boats. I mean, they essentially did what War Gaming guys did. They did World of Tanks, and then they came out with War of Planes or jet fighters, and they also did War of Battleships or whatever.
Like, we're gonna milk this whole idea.
And those are hit games, but it's like you had World of Tanks.
Right.
You're good, you know.
Well, it's
You
like
know they're gonna make boats.
it's like Air Bud. Air Bud did the exact same thing.
Oh my god. It's about milking a franchise till it dies.
Air Bud. What was the original? Was he played basketball?
Yeah.
But then he started playing.
Volleyball.
Well, that was later when they were like, "Crap, we're running out of sports." Well, he's playing
Fucking
volleyball
real
this
sports.
time. And then there was one where he played soccer, and then there was one where he played football, and it was called Air Bud Golden Retriever or Golden Receiver. And I'm just like,
Receiver.
oh no, stop!
Like, hell, this dog's gonna die soon.
Please stop.
We gotta milk as many.
So bad. Like,
Cars 2 was awful, I heard.
oh, was it? The first
Because
Cars was good.
they were doing personified human things the whole time. Like, they'd get up and like fight in like a bathroom and shit like that, and there was murder in the movie actually.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it was funny when watching Cars when it came out. As you
was
were
a
a
good
little
movie.
older, and like it. That's the fun part is like when you go back and watch children's movies as an adult, sometimes you can pick out the adult references that they make
Yeah.
just to keep the adults happy. Like, oh, he's got to get the piston cup. He did what in his cup? It's like
I see what you did there.
Yeah, but seriously, Larry the Cable Guy, stop giving him money. He's got enough. Just let him go do his hillbilly thing.
Loaded.
He's got
He's
so.
got that show on the History Channel,
God, why is he on this?
Across America or whatever, something America, where he goes in. It's essentially Dirty Jobs. That's what it is.
Oh, and he like does stuff.
Yeah, he goes and sees like what different parts of the country do. Like, oh, we make hamburgers, we clean it. It's Dirty Jobs. He just fucked and took Mike Rowe's thing. Mike Rowe, fantastic dude. A lot of good voiceover work.
Yeah, he's a. Speaking of another guy that's just crazy rich.
Yeah.
From
I think he's still doing Dirty Jobs. He's been doing that for like fucking decade and something. And he does voiceovers for I think Ford or
he does
Chevy,
Ford
one of them.
commercials, Levi's.
Consumer products as well.
His face is on everything. My dad has a Granger part supplier. Granger is like some part supplier for mechanical stuff, and they put out a catalog every year. It's just a huge thing of all these parts, just little things like if you need, I don't know, washers, you need this size washer, but you need like 1,000 of them, you go to Granger. He's on their like thing. He's on their yearly what is it? Not magazine, but catalog. He's on their yearly catalog, and he's like, "What is he? What are you trying to sell? Granger catalogs using Mike Rowe? Why are you giving Mike Rowe even more money? What was he making? At some point, he was making like $750,000 an episode for Dirty Jobs, and he's the one that made Deadliest Catch. I mean,
he does voiceover for Deadliest Catch as well. How does that make the people on that show feel? This dude is getting $750,000. And I like Mike Rowe. I'm just pointing something out.
Right.
He gets $750,000 an episode to come and do your job for a little bit. And
you do a shitty version of your job, and he screws it up.
And you get to do, you got to fix it afterwards. And you have to do the same thing every day for an entire year for like $40,000.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Discovery Channel comes in with a nice fat check.
Oh, I'm sure they compensate them, but no.
That's the other thing I hate, when people on these stupid reality shows, Sons of Guns and Deadliest Catch was the worst about it sometimes, where it's like Sons of Guns was just such an awful show.
I don't know what that is.
It was a show. It's about like some family in rural Louisiana. I believe it's Louisiana, and they're like a private gun shop. And they sell guns, and they do gun modifications and stuff. And the show is like, oh, every week we're going to there's drama. We got to get this gun done, but it's just manufactured drama bull crap.
Right.
But they always cry poor on these shows where it's like, oh, I'm not going to have enough money. I don't know if I don't want to sink money into this project, if I'm going to lose money. Like, I'm watching you on TV right now.
Yeah.
Not only do you have this, Deadliest Catch, they make a ton of money. Like, not only do you clearly have a lot of money because you're doing what you do, but I'm also watching you on TV. And people have been watching you on TV for over a decade. So don't try to tell me that you're poor, because you're not. You're a millionaire.
Gold Rush is, somebody just typed in the stream, Gold Rush is the worst out of all of those. We used to put Gold Rush on in the back when we were doing things that we couldn't focus on TV. So bad. They get like all this money to go find gold. They go find a plot of land that they hope they've heard from people it has gold, and they'll test it and stuff. And it's like, I'm $150,000 in debt, but I'm gonna take another 30 G's out and buy this plot of land. Then they get the digging equipment, and then they spend like fucking days and days, and they find a little gold, and it's like, we're not gonna make it, man. We're not gonna make it. That's every fucking episode. It's never does someone pull up and go, I've struck fucking gold. Like,
never until the last
quit this show.
Never until the last segment. Do they ever find like a large deposit of gold?
I mean, I couldn't watch it that much, but when I saw it was like specks and grains and shit like that, which, it adds up after a while, but that's $30,000 you just dumped on a plot of land that you better hope pans out.
Is swamp loggers still a thing? Are we still watching people?
I've never seen it, but I see the commercials all the time.
Stop.
Those logging shows, man, like Axemen. Every commercial for that is someone cursing at someone else and like a log rolling away.
Oh, look out!
Yeah. You're not wearing your hard hat. No.
Oh, no. So true. What has been done to TV? Because Dirty Jobs was cool. It was a novel idea. Deadliest Catch, also a very novel, new thing. It was like, wow, this is cool. But then there was Not So Deadly Catch, where it's like, oh, well, now we're off of the coast of Florida with marlin fishermen. Like, I don't want to watch this. What the?
There might be a hurricane somewhere here. Well, probably not. We're recording.
The reason I know. The reason I watched Deadliest Catch originally was because I knew somebody
cut his finger off on that show.
Oh, not that.
Yeah.
But I watched it because I knew somebody that was in the Navy, and they were on an aircraft carrier. They were a deckhand on the aircraft carrier, and he's like, oh man, we would watch this show on the boat, and he said we would get pissed because every time somebody came out with a ranking for most dangerous job in the world, these guys beat us. We're always playing second fiddle to this because that's a dangerous job, being on the deck of an aircraft carrier. But they're like, these guys always beat us because I don't know why.
But I still think that fishing is way more dangerous to me on an aircraft carrier. You've got your precautions on an aircraft carrier, but like,
But if
you
you
go-
fall off an aircraft carrier, you're dead.
yeah, but I mean, you've got these giant winches and shit, and you drop one on your hand, it's fucking gone, or like you snap a finger. Like it's pretty, and the weather is.
But you're still alive.
Yeah, but the weather will kill you.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Aircraft carrier, I can go down under. Just don't be on deck
gonna
when a
make
plane
that joke.
takes off. You're good.
Oh yeah, just no. I'll be a cook. I'll
Yeah,
cook. I'll be
exactly.
the cook guy.
Be a line cook on an aircraft carrier.
They're also on really big ships, and even though they don't have stabilizers, it's probably I don't know how do aircraft carriers ride. I'm sure there's been somebody maybe watching the show that's been on an aircraft carrier. Well, because most Navy
sure you
ships
don't feel
don't
it.
have stabilizers.
Yeah, but
Like cruise liners do, but Navy ships don't.
Yeah.
But it's like when you get something as big as an aircraft carrier,
how
that's
much can
got
you
to
really move it.
well, it's the fucking ocean, man.
Yeah,
Ocean-
I know.
Ocean does serious stuff. It's very, very powerful. But watching Deadliest Catch and just watching them take 40-foot waves, like,
Yeah, they're fucking crazy.
it's like, nope, can't do that. Can't
Yeah.
do it. Like, I've been on a couple cruises before, and leaving the port, calm waters, leaving the port
Yeah.
when we get into the open waters, my body's just like, sit down. Sit
Yeah.
down. And so I don't know how they do that. I certainly couldn't do it. And then Rogue Wave, Rogue
Yeah,
Wave.
waves, those are bad too. 40-foot fucking wave will knock the goddamn boat over, let alone be seasick.
Well, even that 15-foot wave, like just
Yeah, I know.
like, oh my goodness, like when they have that camera shot on the bow of the boat, and then all you see is sky,
Yeah,
and then all you see coming down is water.
yeah.
Done.
You can
Nope,
tell.
not for me.
So aircraft carriers do have stabilizers.
They
Though
do.
If it deviates 4 to 5 degrees, they have to abort it.
Oh, is that why they have to call the ball? I know that term.
Wow, look at you dropping jargon, lingo.
Yep.
Lingo, now being ran by another person of the blue collar comedy group. Bill Engvall is the host of Lingo on GSN. Go watch it, 9 to 5.
No, Lingo will always be that guy that's been on every single show. Because I remember I'm a Lingo
I used to
hipster.
watch GSN all the time.
I was watching Lingo when it first started, and it had that
Yeah.
blonde chick that was so dumb.
Yeah, she was pretty tarded.
Lingo was cool. Lingo's a good show, actually. I'm surprised nobody big has picked it up yet.
But I think it's funny, they all have like Bill Engvall has GSN or has Lingo. Jeff Foxworthy has Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And then Larry the Cable Guy, of all people, Larry the Cable Guy has fucking I'm gonna go across America and do stupid shit. Which I guess suits him.
I'm Larry the Cable Guy. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We're not going to be in the home stretch. We're going to be in the last half of the show when we come back. You've got That's Not Why You Called. As always, we appreciate it if you do leave a like on the stream. It does help us out. Tweet us, hashtag TNWYC, #TNWYC if you want to get in touch with the show. We'll be right back.
Pancake butts.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
I can't play the guitar, and I'm sorry for anybody that plays the guitar that sees me doing this. They're like, "You're an idiot. You don't know how to play the guitar for real." Like Chiz
How was
probably
your
does.
guitar? Let me see.
No, I'm not doing it again because you're just
I
going to make
didn't see
fun
it.
of me.
I had my head down.
Well, too bad. You can watch it on VOD. Right? Doesn't everybody do this? Like they're like, "Yeah," and it's like, dude, that's not how. That's no.
No, it's more like
Right. Except for like all that remains.
oh,
Like when you watch that guy do their solos,
yeah.
and he's just like, he's got the long hair, the flowing hair, and then there's
They
the
all have
lesbian
long hair.
playing bass. No, the All That Remains guy is bald, the front man,
Yeah, well,
and they've
had
got
hair.
their rhythm guitar guy looks like Vin Diesel.
Well, he had hair too.
Also, the front man for All That Remains looks exactly like Roy Oswalt. Look it up. I'm serious. Roy Oswalt, former pitcher in Major League Baseball. I don't think he's around anymore, but I actually met him once, and Jake Peavy.
Oh, how was it? Did you fanboy?
Roy Oswalt, short. Very short dude.
Well, you're 6'5".
Yeah, but Jake Peavy's a big guy. Like, Peavy was like 25 at the time, or 26. And they're just big rednecks. They were at a country bar I was at, and they were like, Peavy's like a big dude. Like he's broad of shoulder very much. So, people that say baseball players aren't necessarily athletes, I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
Sometimes. I mean, of course, there's David Ortiz and Prince Fielder like guys, but
Barry Bonds is just a god, though.
well, there's a reason for that.
I wonder what it is. Somebody said Dr. House made $700,000 per episode as well. Guess what? Hugh Laurie's a fucking god.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's a beautiful man. He does a great. He does a great job of hiding his British accent, and that is an amazing show.
So Woody's got a little bit of a lisp, but that's okay.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a speech not
Like when
impediment.
he's doing American or British?
When he's doing American, there's like a little. He does something weird with his tongue when he does S sounds. It's
Never
like
noticed.
yeah,
Now it's gonna bother me when I go back and watch.
it's a little weird, but I always wanted to ask guys like Hugh Laurie. It's like, well, because you work in TV, so you film a lot. When you're filming a season, you're. I'm just gonna pull a number out of my butt. 6 months or 4
that's
months,
about right.
you're filming, and you're filming pretty much every day. And you're doing take after take after take after take, and you've got to have the same accent all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, does that? I've always wondered if that actually affects people that have a different kind of accent, and they're trying to use, they're taking on a different accent for their role. If they ever come away from it speaking differently normally after filming for a long time.
I'm sure they do. I don't know. I feel like British actors do an amazing job of sounding American and hiding the fact they've got an accent. Really good. Like, you don't even I didn't know Hugh Laurie was British when I first started watching that show.
Right.
He was also the dad on Stuart Little, which I think he hit it there as well. But I feel like Americans doing British accents, you can tell it's fake. Something about it.
Robert Downey Jr. is pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
He's pretty good as Holmes.
Pretty good.
British people. I know there's a lot of people from the UK watching. If you've seen either of Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes movies, what does that sound like to you? Could he pass as one of you, at least from those times? I'm
Like,
sure
where is that? That's like because there's also different British accents. There's like North London, there's Cockney and shit like that. Which we only got Americans. Well, no, I'm gonna say we got 3. We got Americans, we got the Boston people and New Yorkers, and then we've got the South.
Well, there's California, like West Coast. There's an accent there. It's not like as prevalent. No, there is a little bit. It's more in terms of how
Like surfer dude talk. That
not
kind of accent.
kind of like that.
Like
but
dim-witted almost.
it's not even an accent, really. It's just sometimes in the way they form sentences and things they say.
We talk different. We make words up. Like hella is a California word.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally California. There's all kinds of things.
Totally.
Even NorCal, totally is another one. It's because we're all surfers, right? But even Northern California and Southern California, they talk differently. And how they form their structures. Like, I would say I'm gonna go take I'm gonna go take I-80, whereas in Southern California they're gonna be like, I'm gonna take the 5 or something like that. Just little things. They even talk different.
And then there's the Midwestern accent, like Iowa cornbread English is. There's a reason a lot of national sportscasters that you'll see come from the breadbasket of America. They come from places like Iowa, St. Louis, not Missouri, but St. Louis, Illinois, and those kinds of states, because there's just that accent, for whatever reason, I don't know, I'm not up on the research, is the least displeasing to many people. Because if you go listen to an Alabama football game, if you go watch the local coverage, they're all, turd-kicking good old boys down there talking a little Alabama football.
Talking about these.
And that's fine, because they're appealing to their audience, right? And that's normal for the people in that area, most likely, and that's perfectly fine. But you can't. Advertisers don't want those kinds of people fronting large broadcasts, because people from the Midwest, people from New York and from Chicago and from the West Coast are going to be like, what are these backwards ass hicks talking about? Alabama football, talking there's. Oh, runs down to the 35-yard line. Oh, boy, I tell you what, that was a really great run.
Down there with a Crocodile Dundee. He didn't even know he did that. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, somebody said Robert Downey Jr. was pretty good. I'm going to assume they're from the UK because they answered. But someone also said Rick from The Walking Dead also hides his accent well. I did not even know Rick from The Walking Dead was not American.
I don't even watch The Walking Dead, so. Bombshell.
Right, with the bombshell news.
Yeah, I don't watch The Walking Dead. Well, that's cool. That's fine.
I don't watch it anymore. It fell off for me.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. Season 2 is probably the worst thing you could ever watch. Well, the first half of Season 2 is probably the most boring thing you could ever watch in history. It'll put you to sleep.
Okay, I'll remember that when I
don't watch it.
When I get into not watching The Walking
Dead. I gotta catch up on Breaking Bad.
Oh, everybody loves that show. It's another show I've never seen.
That show is amazing, though. But once again, I've gone through and sat through that series maybe 3 times now, and I didn't realize it the first time, but the first season, maybe 2 seasons, are real slow to build all of this backstory and everything up.
Mm-hmm.
It pays off in the later seasons, but it's I'm trying to watch it with someone trust me, it's going to be really fucking amazing. Just sit through these.
In 40 episodes. In 40 episodes, some shit's going to go down. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to pay off. Pay attention to that guy that was really boring. Pay attention. Yeah. I hate doing that.
See, I just like going on HBO Go. I watch The Sopranos, Entourage. Love Entourage.
But you won't watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Is there a principal reason? I just don't have. I can't get HBO Go unless you have HBO.
It's just meh.
Everyone seems to love it.
Everybody loves it, but I just, it's not, I don't find it, I've never really given it a fair shot, but, I'm a creature of habit. Change scares me, and I like watching The Sopranos and Entourage, and I tried to watch Eastbound and Down. I watched Eastbound and Down for the first season. I was like, hell yeah. And then I watched the second season, I'm just like, I don't like this change anymore.
Yeah. I think I'm the same way, and I take forever to get into them. Walking Dead's been around for a while. Everybody's talking about it through high school. It's so amazing. Did you see it? I did not start watching that until fall of last year. Same thing for Breaking Bad, Dexter as well. All of those big hit ones, they're 9s out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I just take forever to watch.
Yeah.
I've never even finished House, and that's my.
So you're such a Hugh Laurie fanboy, but you never finished the House.
Because here's my thing. Fox does this bullshit where they flip, all right, we're Monday night at 7 or 8 p.m. This is where we're going to air House every night. Or they'll do this for a lot of their shows, their hit shows. Then they move it to Tuesday. Then they'll flip it to Thursday. But then they'll go for a two-week break because it's a holiday. I'm like, okay, that makes sense because all the shows are on break. But then they put 3 episodes and they take another 2-week break for no reason. So then they lose me and I don't know when a new episode comes out. And then it's like, oh, it's been on for 3 weeks. I've missed 3 episodes. Well, I'm not going to watch it now because I don't know the context of the previous ones. I'm just not going to watch this season. And then it's like, I've missed season 6. I'm not going to start watching season 7 because I haven't seen it. So
yeah, but
like,
House is usually pretty good about, like, you can pick up in the middle of the season and you don't. I mean,
but I tuned in at one point. I'm like, where's the main cast? I don't know this chick.
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, everything's different now.
When Fox was like, oh, crap, the supporting characters are getting really popular. We don't want to pay them. Screw it, you're all fired.
You're all fired. We're going to fucking hire new people now.
And then oh, crap, everybody's pissed about that. Okay, we'll hire them back, kind of. Just a couple of them, though.
And, like, the box art for season 8 is, like, House in handcuffs. I'm like, didn't he already go to jail once? Then he went to detox once? Or rehab once? I'm very confused. I'll just watch the whole series 1 to 8 again.
So, anyway, we'll talk about a real topic now.
Oh, we have topics?
Yeah!
We covered a shit ton of stuff.
We have more than an hour and 15 minutes of content without actually covering a legitimate topic that we had discussed previously. I don't think this would ever happen with Katie. Would this happen with Katie here?
No, she probably would have yelled at us at some point. Or we would have yelled at her, and then she would have, you didn't cover a topic. Then we would have went, you didn't pay attention to the time. You didn't roll any sound clips, so we're not doing your notebook.
Yeah, so basically screw Katie's notebook until she starts playing sound clips.
Exactly. Machine.
For those people just joining us, Katie is not here for this episode. She's picking up some extra hours at work, making that money, because as I have previously outlined, whatever kind of money we make from the show, she ain't getting anything until she starts playing some damn sound clips.
Exactly.
So Katie is not going to...
Somebody said they didn't finish House of Cards. Now that's one where I don't understand how you don't finish, because it's released all at once on Netflix. You can go back and watch it whenever you want. You don't have to wait week by week. How do you... oh, that's racist. How do you talk... I don't know. That's a great... Have you watched that?
What, House of Cards?
House of Cards? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you gotta watch that one. You would like it. Then again, you would like Person of Interest too, and you refuse to fucking watch that one.
No, because it's incredibly stupid.
No, it's fucking incredible. If you've seen Person of Interest, tell me it is amazing.
Let's talk about Edward Damn Snowden. Speaking of a person of interest,
exactly.
Edward Snowden has been granted access to Russia. Finally allowed to leave Sheremetyevo.
We're no longer watching
airport.
The movie. What is that movie with Tom Hanks?
Where he's in an airport?
It's the same thing. Yeah, he's in an airport the whole time because his country has issues with the United States, so his passport is no longer taken.
Oh, I remember that.
What is that called?
Terminal?
Yeah, I think it's Terminal. Yeah, it's Terminal. I don't even have to look it up. I know it is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how long he was there for.
I never saw that movie because it looked dumb. I mean, I like Tom Hanks, but I looked at it.
But he also played whatever country he was from, had a weird, thick accent, and he had to play that weird. He just sounded retarded. Like, it was like if Tom Hanks got locked in an airport and he was retarded.
Right.
Which
it's like if Forrest Gump had come from, like, the Eastern Bloc.
Exactly.
But Edward Snowden is now in Russia, and he has been granted...
How do those laws work anyway? This applies to the Snowden thing. Is an airport, like, not that country or something?
Well, there's a section in, like, when you are walking through... let's say you fly into America and from another country. Until you pass through customs, you are not officially in the country.
Right.
I mean, you are physically in the country. Right, you're physically in the country, but in a more diplomatic sense, the country has not allowed you access to their country. So you are where he was in the international terminal. Whatever the area is between getting off the airplane and going through customs, he was in that. That is just a no man's land.
So it's just limbo.
Right. You're just in limbo. You are.
So you can't be like charged with anything in limbo. Because obviously he wasn't fucking.
Yeah. Right. Some countries handle it differently. Like they can't really come get you because you're not officially in their country, even though you are in their country. It's all really confusing and just kind of convoluted. But he's been living there since June. What was it? 28th? June 28th. That's awful.
Yeah, something like that.
That's gotta suck.
That's gotta suck in an airport. Fuck, of all places.
Did he get new underwear? Like, do they have? Is the duty free shop?
Yeah,
that's where the duty free shop is.
Yeah.
So he could probably go buy underwear.
It wasn't that bad though. Duty free shop. I mean, there's a reason.
You got liquor?
There's no fucking taxes.
You got liquor? You're getting drunk, smoking cigarettes.
So I wonder if that falls under it too, because the duty free, they're not just in the international terminals. I've seen them everywhere. The whole point of the duty free is there's no fucking tax. So I guess maybe that's why there's no tax, because there's no respected country tied to the laws of that shop.
I don't know.
Are they in? I'm thinking maybe I've only seen them in international terminals.
No, I've seen them too. You're right. I've seen them in. I've been to like O'Hare here in Chicago, and I've seen duty free shops.
I'm thinking of the one in LAX, and I was in the international terminal. Horrible airport, by the way. Yeah. LAX is a shitball.
But who knows? Anyway,
Snowden. Yeah.
Edward Snowden, and you know,
for a year.
Ever since he's been, you know, not really on the run, but just kind of holed up in that airport. More and more has been like trickling out, because remember when this first broke, it was Prism.
Yeah.
It was just this one thing that the NSA was trying to do that was like, oh my goodness, like, you know, we can see what they're trying to do, but it's really screwed up. And since then, it's been report after report after report, and then not only did they, under the guise of this prison thing, get the Verizon phone metadata, but they collect all metadatas, and they force companies to hand over user data, and Microsoft wasn't forced but was asked and granted root code to Skype and all this stuff so that they can just get into everything. And it's just gone from this like little trickle to all of a sudden just here's everything. It's all screwed up. And it's like, that's not good. And we're not even, the United States isn't even rioting over it. Germany has to riot via proxy for us.
Yeah, pretty much.
How, like...
It's because it's an invisible force.
Why? There's got to be... Tell me, somebody somewhere, tell me that there's some hope, that this isn't the end of... This isn't where humanity is, or at least where Americans are, where we've been just screwed and just where it's just like, yeah, the NSA is doing it. We're going to get angry for a little bit, but then, shit, whatever. What are you going to do? Tell me that there's something that's going to happen that could happen, because this is revolutionary talk.
Yeah.
This is,
should be.
The tree of liberty, blood of tyrants and patriots and tyrants, talking about The Rock again.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly.
The weird way he holds his pistol. What's that move? Yeah. What is that? Shut up.
He hits him in the back, and he's like, "Thank you for proving my point."
I feel bad for Ed Harris too, because he's a good actor.
Yeah.
And he probably got the script and was like, well, this isn't bad.
He did National Treasure 2 also, and that was a way worse role.
Yeah, well, at that point, he's just cashing a check,
He's an actor. He doesn't care.
But why? At least give me protests. At least give me something.
I really think it's got to be like two things. One, there's nothing we can do about it, which is wrong. And two, it's an invisible thing. They can't, the war on drugs, we can see what it's doing. We can attack drugs, guns, we can do that. Even the Wall Street marches and
Occupy
protests.
Wall Street, yeah.
Yeah. They're fucking our money. The banks are fucking us. All this. Wall Street's fucking us. We can attack that. The NSA, it's like, well, what are you going to yell at? I guess the NSA, but what's that going to do? I'm not protected anywhere. If I go yell online, they're gonna see I'm yelling online.
Well,
I feel like it's just like, I feel like it's such a big thing, people can't fight it because no one's doing anything, not a damn thing.
Well, it stories like this, they climb to the front page of Reddit, and everybody's cool about, everybody's upset for a couple hours, and then a celebrity does and Ask Me Anything, or there's a cute cat, or I don't know, today I learned some bullshit tidbit about some bullshit, and everyone's like, oh, I learned that too. Oh wait, what was this that was happening that was complete and utter bullshit? There's got to be something.
It's like this, like the old guard, and when I mean old guard, I mean people from like the 60s and older, in terms of years, not age. they don't understand it, so they can't fucking do anything. They don't understand it. That's the thing. They don't understand. That's why they don't understand CISPA, PIPA, all those legislative bills to protect. I'm using quotes, copyright. They don't understand it, and the new guard just really probably doesn't care that much to do it. And you do have this is so bad, but no one does anything. No one does anything. Could we overturn it overnight? Yeah, everyone got their shit together, but no one will ever. We're not that country anymore. We don't revolutionize. We don't get up in arms. We just take it in the ass.
And we've also created professional politicians.
Herpaderp.
But professional politicians whose job it is to be in power, and they're not going to do anything. And man, it's so infuriating. It's gotten to the point. Here's a story from the Atlantic Wire. Googling a family collectively Googled pressure cookers and backpacks, not quote pressure cookers and backpacks. They didn't type that into the Google.
Two separate things.
Did I just say into the Google? Yes, I am going to start.
Google.
I am going to use that now. From
old.
now on, yes.
Put it into the Google.
Into the Google, and I'm going to go play my Nintendo later. I believe it was the husband. One spouse searched pressure cookers because pressure cookers are a legitimate thing. There's a reason.
Yeah, they have a purpose besides blowing up.
And the other spouse searched something about backpacks. Some multi-jurisdictional task force bullshit wound up on their front door. Knock, 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 knock. We want to talk to you about what you were Googling. What? What? And they talked to them. These people were like, "Oh, well, no, I wasn't Googling anything. I wasn't Googling."
They didn't question them. They drilled them with questions.
No, because you know what I'd say? If people show up at my doorstep and they're like, "Well, what were you been Googling?" How about you Google this, motherfucker? Fuck off and get off my goddamn doorstep. You got a warrant? Fuck you. What? Why are you answering their questions? Stop. Well, because if I don't answer the questions, they might think I have something to hide.
No, let's look at the names again. Weren't these Latin names? Who knows if they were really...
I thought they sounded...
I could have sworn I saw, like...
and there's an update. There's an update to the story. The Googling happened at work.
Oh, well...
But so what?
He's a multitasker.
Right. That would be why the employer's pissed. The employer's like, why are you looking up pressure cookers on my dime? I'm paying you to do this other thing. Stop looking up pressure cookers and porn.
Blow people up, do it later.
Two things you need to stop looking up doing during work. One, looking up cooking recipes and paraphernalia. Cooking paraphernalia and porn. Stop looking at porn at work. But why are you stop talking to the police? Stop. When they ask you a question, do you have a warrant? No, go away.
It's ridiculous when you look at like what happened with the Trayvon Martin verdict and the country's reaction to just that. We're not going to talk about Zimmerman, but I'm just using comparison. They went fucking nuts. You would have thought that genocide happened over that. And it was bad, but not to riot the entire country. Mm-hmm. But then the NSA, which affects everyone. I mean, really in this situation, the Trayvon thing, it affects their family and whatever loved ones there. Doesn't really affect you. I don't care what you say. Mm-hmm. The fucking NSA thing affects not just the country, worldwide, because they spy on everyone, incoming and outgoing traffic internationally, but no one cares. No one's flipping cars. No one's burning down Oakland. No one give a shit. People in Oakland don't have it.
Well, no, people are burning down Oakland still, but not because of that.
Oh no, that's just
because we live in Oakland. We're just gonna be. And we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking more about the American police state when we come back. You've got That's Not Why You Called. As always, we appreciate it when you drop likes on the stream. It does help us out. And you like to see it scrolling through. What's the goal? 2,000.
2,000, and I will melt my headset. And I say, you act like that's crazy, people, but I have to build like a cage to put this in and melt, because I cannot just go and ignite it. I will burn myself, and hot plastic will drip.
Yeah. So
2K.
2,000 likes. Get on it. Anyway, we'll be right back. That's Not Why You Called.
Put a banana in your butt.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
Welcome back. That's what I called. Home stretch. We are here for the
Home stretch.
home stretch for the last half hour.
Stretch Armstrong.
So we are in the home stretch Armstrong. Here, last half hour of episode 12. It has been a fantastical, phantasmal show. We thank you all, and we love you, everybody that's been liking the stream.
Have Katie work nights more often. This was fucking amazing.
We should. You know, this is
no
the time.
notebook. No
Right,
judging.
We were late for pretty much every break, but whatever.
Poop, okay? Deal with it.
Well, no, I'm talking about going from segment to segment.
Oh,
not late starting the show. But this is what I wish that I had the kind of money where I could license music, and I also wish YouTube wouldn't be probably as big of a bitch about it as it would be, because then I would be motivated to be like, oh, I want to create an open when Katie's not here, so that the boys are back in town, right? And just and have like different stuff like that, because with licensed music it's good, because royalty free, copyright free stuff is good. I mean, there's a lot of great artists out there.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
But
it's also not recognizable.
Mm-hmm. So having a recognizable intro, outro, right? And then we could talk about it, be like, oh, it's a joke because Katie's not here. It's so amazing.
What movie had that song in it? Granted, I'm sure there's plenty, but
there's plenty of movies with the boys back in town.
Back in town, boys are back in town. Oh, Expendables.
Oh, okay.
That's what. Yeah.
It's been in a lot of stuff. The boys are back in town.
We need motorcycles. That'll go into the 150,000.
And chaps. Can we have chaps too? I like chaps.
If you want.
Maybe chaps. We'll see.
I'm not going to wear them.
The jury is out on chaps. Coming back, talking a little bit about Edward Snowden and just the problems with the NSA and the general police state we're living in. And what's really interesting is, remember, because you mentioned the Occupy Wall Street stuff, and when people were locked arm in arm on the foot of Wall Street, and there were cops in riot gear, and this is what a police state looks like, and that was their chant over and over. It was very powerful imagery, but I find stories like this about the people that Googled collectively pressure cookers and backpacks getting a visit from government officials. I find that more irritating. I find that to be more unsettling, and I think more representative of what a police state actually does look like, where, hey, what are you doing with this? We got to talk to you about this. And nobody seems to question, well, I mean, of course, we all know, but, how did you even know what I was searching in the first place?
Right.
And why does it matter to you? Because we've gotten to a point in this country, in America, and probably it's worse maybe elsewhere in the world, where the government's justification for spying on you is spying on you. The reason they say, well, we have to spy on you so we know whether we need to spy on you more.
Yeah.
What kind of
We're covering our ass.
What kind of bootstrap bullshit logic is that? Where it's just another extension of the very liberal bullshit ideal of, if you've got nothing to hide, what's the issue with people asking you questions, looking around, searching, doing this or that? If you've got nothing to hide, it's an extension of that logical, fallacious bullshit commonly held by liberals, where it's like, well, if you've got nothing to hide, I'm not hiding cocaine, so they can search my little Timmy's backpack or whatever.
Well, if it's a liberal, he's doing cocaine.
Yeah. And then promising to close. Damn it, I fucked it up.
Sentences, words.
Trash can, light stuff, stamps.
NSA bad. American people not angry enough. End of story.
I was going to say, and then he promises to close Gitmo. But
right? Wow, that was a good leap.
Yeah.
I was just talking about liberals in general. You narrowed it down to one.
Yeah, but I screwed it. I screwed it up.
You fucked it up.
Right? Because if he's liberal and he's spouting bullshit, he's probably doing cocaine, and he's promising to close Gitmo.
Here's something to think about. He came out openly about the cocaine thing and stuff, but has any president ever had a tattoo?
Morgan Freeman did in What was
Shut
that
up.
movie?
What, the most recent one? Olympus or whatever?
No. Where he played the president. Deep Impact, was it? Where there was the Earth killing asteroid. They were worried about asteroids hitting the Earth, and
Yeah, okay.
there was a scene because they originally wanted to cover it up, but then they were cover up Morgan Freeman's tattoo. He's got a tattoo on his forearm, but they said no, it makes him look like more of like a man. Yeah, has a president ever had a tattoo? I don't know.
But we'll come to that day sometime. I think
Right.
we will. Because it'll be everybody gets a tattoo nowadays. It'll be like the social norm. If you don't have one, that's where you'd be the outlier, as opposed to 20 years ago, it was the opposite.
I don't know.
You want to talk about this thing I sent you? Did you? Look over it?
I did not get a chance to look it over because things I'm doing at the show. But a lot of people have been asking us, what's the deal with the Chizzy? Lay it on us.
Toronto shooting. So up in Toronto, this boy, all I know is his name is Sammy. My apologies. There's a big article here. Was 18 years old. He was on a streetcar at midnight, alone on a streetcar. All I picture is San Francisco here. And he had a knife on him. And they say when police approached him, he pulled out and brandished the knife. That's what they claim. They shot him 9 fucking times just for that. And he's dead now. His funeral was today, I think. He was shot on Saturday. So that's that. So Toronto, good job taking notes from the United States on how to properly deal with obvious criminals.
Right.
And his sister fucking made a shirt that says 9 shots ... Like, really? 9 shots? Somebody pulls out a knife? That is a close contact weapon. He's not gonna throw it at you. Mm-hmm. He could.
Well, how many of them missed?
Uniform.
That's the question I want to know. How many of them missed? Because these pig bastards don't know how to shoot. You remember that guy was brandishing a gun in downtown Manhattan last year sometime? Was it last year? There was a shooting in an office building, and then he came out and he was walking around the city, and he had a gun. He was walking down the sidewalk. And the NYPD engaged him. I believe it was 2 NYPD officers engaged him, and they fired 12 times or something like that, hit him either once or not at all, and injured 3 other people. The bullets from the cops injured more people than the guy they were trying to stop.
God. Well, isn't that like 50 Cent or whatever who got shot like 13? I mean, that wasn't cop related, but he got shot like 13 times and they missed all vital organs. Yeah, it's the same premise behind the Michael Myers lore, where Michael Myers has been shot like 50 times and they missed every vital organ.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize there was actual lore to Michael Myers.
Oh yeah, how do you think he just stays alive, man? Nah, dude, crazy people are crazy. Their DNA moves out of the way of bullets.
So wait, is Michael Myers like an actual person?
Yeah.
Or an evil spirit?
No, he's an actual person.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the whole thing. I couldn't watch it because that one was too real for me. Because, I mean, it's a crazy person butchering his family, essentially.
Right.
Granted, and he's, like, right behind you all the time. It's not like Jason Voorhees where it's a retard with a machete and he'll pop next to you. I'm watching this dude follow people out of windows on roofs and shit. I'm like, too close to – I mean, not too close to home. I don't have people fucking doing that, but it's a little too real, you know? And Freddy, it's like, wow.
Right, he's in your
Freddy, that's fucking fake. As far as we know, don't fear him. It empowers him. Quick, favorite. So the Toronto thing, I mean, not much to say on it. It's bad. Cops do this shit all the time. I just what shocked me the most was the Toronto thing.
And you know what they're all going to get? Whoever those cops are, they're going to get paid leave.
They're going to get better when we treat them here.
Well, the guy, the pepper spray guy from the Occupy Wall Street stuff. It was I think it was Virginia, I want to say. It was a college campus. People were sitting down.
It was UC Davis.
Was that UC Davis? I don't know. Anyway, they were sitting locking arms, and they were told to disperse. They were given a, quote, lawful order by a police officer, but they were nonviolent. They were just sitting there.
Yeah, fucking pepper spray.
And just
point blank.
And he got immediately put on paid administrative leave. He was making $120-something grand a year as a lieutenant. Yeah. And it was only months later that he lost his job, and now he's applying for benefits. Why is that guy still alive? Because in any just world, with all of this going on, that police officer is summarily executed in the town square, or exactly where he pepper sprayed him, because it was like a college campus. It was a quad. And so you take him into the quad, you make sure his family's there, you put him on his knees, you blindfold him, you say, read off his crimes against humanity, against the Constitution, and then you just blow his brains out. And if his wife cries and tries to run and cry over the body, she gets shot too. He's got any kids? Are they crying over mommy and daddy being dead? They're shot too. Because, well, you know what? You know what'll change it? Because we talked about what'll change it. What'll happen? When people start dying, things will change. Because professional politicians, people in power, money, and riches, and they've got security, and they've got all this stuff, when they think that might go away.
You start nailing one white Republican banker at the top of a big wooden cross, you'll start to see that drug traffic slow the fuck down.
See? Yes! He's George motherfucking Carlin. Exactly. When people start dying, they're like, oh, shit.
I don't want to do that.
Maybe
that's the whole point of consequences, so you don't do it and it changes your behavior. If you just slap them on the wrist, it's like, here's another comedian. A father makes you earn knowledge. A mother just gives you it. If a mother sees a kid sticking a penny in the light socket, she'll go, don't do that, that's bad. Well, when he gets to a certain age, again, slapping the hand's not a big deal. He's not going to learn. Father sees you do that, he's going to go, wait, and let him stick that penny in the light socket because, that shot your ass across 8 feet, didn't it? You're not going to do that again, are you?
Who was that?
That was Christopher Titus.
Okay. Yeah, that does sound like a Titus bit.
But, that's the whole point of consequence. So you learn and don't fucking do it again. Or it's an incentive for the other people not to do it again, or ever do it, I should say.
And it doesn't even have to be fear, because maybe at that point, when other people see, oh, people are really upset about this to the point where they're taking other people's lives that they believe to be responsible for these hardships, oh, it's upsetting to them. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe it will bring them back to a more human level. We're like, wait a minute. They're humans just like me, and they are so upset that they are willing to take these lengths, go to these lengths. And wow, like the power why is that? Well, it's because something I have control over. Oh, maybe I should revisit that intellectually and see if I should maybe make some changes. It doesn't have to be, oh, I fear the power and money is going to go away when I have a bullet in my brain. Yeah. That'll be a part of it, but maybe it's just, oh, crap, they're really pissed off about this.
It'll never happen. We're past that time.
I know.
Now we're trying to get other countries to handle things like we do now. Very politely, we will give you paid leave, but don't do it again. We're watching you. You do this 4 more times, you're not getting a job.
Pissed off. Yeah. We are not going to let you list us as a reference.
Yeah, we will write a strong letter.
And your 4 vesting pensions, you're only getting 2 full pensions. Only 2.
We'll throw in the healthcare. You can keep that.
Yeah,
but,
keep healthcare.
Everything else.
That's important.
Yeah, well, it is. You want them to be alive.
Because if they don't, if they're making enough money and they don't have healthcare, I mean, they're going to start getting fined.
Yeah.
Because it's totally a good idea for the government to marry itself to private corporations, right? I mean,
I looked into that more. It's only if you're in a certain bracket will you be taxed with the whole point is you have to buy healthcare, which I don't agree with. And if you don't, well, we're going to act like you are paying for healthcare and essentially tax you. But it's only in certain brackets of income.
Just like how if you don't drive, you don't have to have car insurance. Which but if you want to drive, you got to have car insurance.
Unless you have a good friend who has a good car insurance policy which covers other drivers, then you just borrow his car and you don't have to pay.
And then you crash it.
Yeah, and then it's on his insurance and you're scot-free.
Right. Because that's exactly what everybody should do. But
insurance fraud.
No, I mean that the government making people give globs of money to private corporations isn't going to maybe, I don't know, negatively affect the wealth gap and make sure certain corporations rule over the marketplace in perpetuity and make sure that they always have a lot of money to influence the market in the ways they see fit. And it doesn't, I mean, like brokerage houses, I mean, yeah, so what they own the warehouses where the aluminum is stored. I mean, they're just going to, they would never do that, right? Because it's a free market.
You're just talking crazy right now.
Yeah.
Talking crazy. Well, we got think we covered that. I want to ask a question. What is your favorite scary supervillain? That's the best way I can put it. Like Freddy, Michael Myers, Jason,
I don't watch those
Pinhead.
movies. I don't watch them.
Have you not seen a Freddy movie?
Little bits and pieces.
That's like the least scariest because that's the farthest detached from reality you can get.
Bits and pieces. I've watched The Shining, and that really freaked me out. I mean, I've seen The Shining many times, but in terms of like those kinds of movies, scary, gory, murder movies.
What's the scariest movie you've seen then?
The Shining.
Okay, then.
I watched the Blair Witch Project, and that was creepy.
It doesn't hold up. You know what's cool about that release? Because it first came out, it wasn't a movie. It was just a video released on the internet. So people thought it was very real. And it's shot in that kind of way where it looks real. But once you get to like current day, everybody knows it's bullshit. It just doesn't hold up the same. I've still never sat through it just because it's fucking a lot of shaky cam. And those movies make me sick.
Okay, that's understandable.
But that movie, I think it cost like $1,100 to make, or like 11,000, and it made like fucking 15 million.
Yeah, they made a lot of money, so good for them. But
have you seen Chucky?
Bits and pieces again.
Okay,
I've seen bits and pieces of all that stuff. It's just,
all right, fair enough.
I mean, a talking murderous doll. It's just.
They got funny towards the end of the franchise. Like he has.
Well, yeah, once they got self-aware. Yeah.
Yeah. He stopped trying to get into a body, and he's like, "I'm gonna just fuck around as a doll."
Katie always tries to get me to watch scary movies. She's like, "I want to watch a scary movie with you." I'm like, "No," because
she can hold you.
I'm seriously gigantic sissy when it comes to it. Should we do the source word of the day?
The source word of the day. All right, go for it. I'm
you
just
get
gonna tell you to stop.
You get to tell me when to stop. Ready? Go.
Stop. All right.
We're on O's.
We're on O's. All right. I hope it's a good one. Left page.
6
from the bottom.
There's not that many. Not enough words.
All right. 3 from the bottom.
1, 2, 3. Oh God.
What is this, like the retard one where like there's 4 words on each?
No, they're all variations of open and operate.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Right page 2 from the top. It's probably the same thing.
Opponent. Here we go. It's good medium size. Not
right.
short, not long.
All right.
That's what she said.
Welcome to Thesaurus Corner with Lefty.
Opponent. It's a noun. Other words for opponent. A rival, competitor, contender, challenger, candidate, equal, entrant, the opposition, aspirant, bidder. Antonyms. Supporter, defender, abettor. That's like aiding and abetting.
Of course.
If you mean an opposing contestant, not necessarily a rival, antagonist, contestant, litigant. If you mean an enemy, which I guess is distinctly different than a rival, but okay. Foe, adversary, assailant. See, I like saying adversary.
Adversary.
Like Sean Connery does in The Hunt for Red October.
Oh, fuck.
Like we did against our old adversaries. Adversary? Sure, you mean... no. Adversity? Sure, you mean adversary, old boy. And that's from What Women Want with Mel Gibson. And yes, I've watched that movie, and yeah, it's not that bad. Shut up.
Best part is the end, how they remove his powers via water and lightning.
Even though that would kill him.
Yeah, no
By the way, spoiler alert.
And so would the hair dryer thing at the beginning. All of these instances do not give you superpowers. They will kill you if you replicate them.
Yes. Don't try this at home. Don't drop a running hair dryer into the tub that you are currently standing in when you're trying on a bunch of different...
In fact, there's warnings because of that movie, I'm pretty sure.
Really? People need to be told that?
Hair dryer, do not drop this in water. Talk about something that cranks out a lot of volts. Who thought that was a bad idea?
Well, it's not the volts that kill you, it's the amps.
The amps.
Humans can only take a couple of milliamps of current until we die. Human body, I believe, has about 300,000 ohms of innate resistance, but that's when we're dry. When we're wet, we
greatly reduced.
I see like 300 ohms or something like that, or 3,000, something crazy, orders of magnitude from what our normal resistance is, which is why.
And a lot of people don't know this. Water, very conductive.
Yes, lots of electricity flowing through water.
So wear a rubber suit.
Just everywhere. Just everywhere you walk around.
I've always been curious how much rubber soles will actually ground you, how much electricity you could take. And no, I'm not trying this. I'm just thinking in theory.
No, you should try it. You should please try it. Low
never,
amps, high volts. It'll be fine.
I would never, if somebody gave me $1 million, like, go ahead, stick this fork in the light socket. We'll give you rubber sole shoes.
Nope.
Nothing scares the shit out of me more. That's why when I used to, when we paint the house, you got to take the wall socket, the plastic cover off the wall socket. Screwing it back in. One time, it was a flathead. They're all flatheads, too, which, by the way, perfect to jam into a light socket.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah. Ooh.
But a flathead, it'll slide right in.
Phillips? Nah, screw that. Screw that.
Yeah,
we don't need no Phillips around here.
You're fucked. I'm screwing it in, and my hand jerks, like I slip off the screw, and it like butts up against right where the socket is. Like, checking out and done screwing long plates today. Nope, I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah, but they've got plastic handles, though. Screwdrivers are plastic handles. They don't conduct very much electricity.
Yeah, it'll just.
Although I'm sure it might. I'm sure if if you do it, there would probably be an arc from the metal of the screwdriver to your hand. Yeah. But maybe
just a couple burns. No big deal. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna kill you. It's just gonna hurt like fuck.
Speaking of screwdrivers, when I was building my PC, I remember all the time people telling, like, yeah, I built my PC, but all of a sudden it doesn't work now. Like none of the parts work and they all failed. It's like, well, what kind of screwdriver did you use? Like, well, this kind. It's like, well, that has a magnetic tip on it.
Hey, you don't use the magnetic tips, idiot.
Idiots. I'm like,
do people not know that? Like, you don't take a fridge magnet and run it over your computer or anything. Like, you're gonna wipe everything out.
Like the kids that used to do that to the CRT monitors in school. And
that would nicely fuck with them.
Yeah, stick it to the man. Magnets.
I think those things are annoying anyway. Just 'cause it's like, all right, I gotta get the fucking screw off. All right, now it's on. If anything, I use it to pick shit up that falls behind the case.
Right. Whoever does that? Where it's like, oh, I need the magnet to pick up this, and they're all like fine little screwdrivers. It's like, well, so then you're probably working on electronics. If you're if you need that kind of fidelity in your screwdrivers, why are you putting magnetic tips on things that are going near electronics? Magnets induce current. That's the whole idea.
You gotta short some shit out.
Electricity and magnetism.
They're the same people that go, oh, I don't want static electricity to build up and short anything out. I'm going to touch the inside of my case. And they use the magnetic tip to screw everything in.
Idiots. Long story short, people are dumb. You know who isn't dumb? People who like this stream. And like the VOD if you've made it this long. If it's later in the day. And hey, let's give ourselves props. Let's take these closing moments to give ourselves props. Katie wasn't here to keep us on time, but we did it. We took all 3 breaks.
And we covered 2 topics.
Well, 2 topics that we had previously discussed.
That we wrote down. 3 if you count the Toronto thing, but we kind of brushed over that, and it wasn't on the docket.
It wasn't on the docket. So you got a dynamic show.
It grew. Breaking news came in.
Breaking news came in.
And then talked about it.
We need the little Morse code thing.
We're better than CNN. He's not Wolf Blitzer. I'm not Al Sharpton.
No, I'm that douchebag with the bow tie. What's that guy's name? Does he have some douchey name?
I only know of Wolf Blitzer and Al Sharpton.
No, some guy wears a bow tie. He just looks like just a putz.
My favorite person in the news is Brian Williams.
ABC's Brian Williams. Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
But he's on the Jon Stewart show.
Right. Good guy.
Pants.
But we also, what else did we covered a lot of stuff. It was just really random.
There was a lot of science talk in the
There was science talk. There was lots of science talk. We really need that 150 grand.
How much of it is actually accurate?
Who knows? Who cares?
Science talk.
That's for the comments to sort out. For people to just be
fight amongst each other,
blithing idiots like, "Blah, you guys are dumbasses. You guys are
Warp
fucking
Drive
retards."
worked better in the first Star Trek season, but in the second one they changed the flux capacitor, which is from Back to the Future, but it made Warp Drive better.
Flux capacitor, not a real thing. There's flux. No. There's capacitors. There's even flux in a capacitor. There's no
flux capacitor.
That's not a real.
And you can also not take garbage and turn it into like jet fuel. Because I was in the second one. What was it, Mr. something?
Oh, Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion. Give me your eggshell cartons and stuff. He loves eggshell cartons.
I'm gonna put beer in it. I'm putting beer and then the can and then why did he pour the beer out then?
I don't fucking know.
Remember that? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna throw the beer can in there too. Bullshit.
So it emulsifies.
Flying DeLorean.
Better.
stupid ass flying DeLorean.
It emulsifies.
Yeah.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
We don't need roads. And then you can totally tell in the second movie that they didn't plan like to make a second movie. So Jennifer, who was like at the end of the first movie, they totally just left her out of the second movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh crap. Like, how do we write around her? Oh,
she's
no.
not there. This is going to be a problem.
So, that was really funny. Anyway, guys, that's our time. We got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. We all hope you enjoyed. Links in the description for everybody. I mean, Chiz and myself. Next week, same time, Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time or Daylight Time. It will be That's Not Why You Called. Always, we appreciate and love everybody that leaves a like on the stream or the VOD. It does help us out. It does help the show grow. And at 2K likes, Chiz is melting those damn headphones. Melting them. They're gone because he hates them or something. Yep. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed.
Bisquick children.
You didn't even wait for me to do that.
Because you cut me off. You do it on purpose, so I can't get it out. So I got to cut you off preemptively. Dip your balls in
That's the time we got to go. Peace out.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central.
My bad. Fuck that up. We're going to restart. Just pretend, if you're watching this, just pretend that didn't happen, okay? Just seriously. Okay? So for just a second, just forget that happened and just like pretend that we're going to restart. Okay? So I'm going to go silent again and then we're going to pretend like that didn't like that didn't happen. Okay? Okay, ready to go.
For you, the president.
That's not why you called. Hosted by Lefty. I deserve to be blown. Dr. Chiz. One more chance. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. It's That's Not Why You Called.
And here we go.
Welcome to That's Not Why You Called, episode 12. Let's just pretend that beginning didn't happen. I played it like we were coming back from a break, not like
a really, really long break.
Yeah, that's all. I played it like we were coming back from one of our little interludes instead of the show open. That was my bad. But hey, at least I played something, and like I didn't forget to turn up the audio channel, or I didn't forget to unmute XSplit or something like that. I mean, at least we had sound. It was the wrong sound. It was bad sound.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, but it was sound. We got it. So
remember, attendance is all that we need for professionalism.
Yeah,
okay?
we're
so
here.
Fine.
90% of life is showing
something.
up. Yeah, we're right. Let's run down the positives here. We're here. I wanted to say we're queer, get used to it, but we're here. We're doing a show. We're live. There was sound played.
You
and
I
could have. You can see us, but I could have just gone with it. I could have just gone with the sound and not played the open.
I wonder how many people would have actually noticed.
I don't know. I like the open. I worked on that, and it's gonna get played. Damn it! I worked on it. It's getting played. That's where we are with this.
It got played after a little bit of fuck up.
It's fine. No, but we're here. We're trying. You know what?
Queer.
You know what? $150,000 a year in an account.
Oh, we've upped it.
That doesn't happen. Oh, yeah, we've upped it, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you reminded me we need those instant replay machines, and those are like $3,000.
Those are like $3,000. And we need one each.
Right. So I need to have one, Chiz needs to have one, and Katie needs to have one. So we've upped it. They're like $3,000 a piece. So and of course Nantucket, he'd be from Nantucket if we're just going to stick with me being a linguistic douchebag. No, it's some Olympics. Was it? It wasn't the Munich Olympics, was it? Was it Munich? It might have been Munich. The first and second up. The first. No. That was that Munich?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, Munich was in the 70s or something. That was where the Israeli. The Israeli team was taken hostage, and they ended up all getting killed, or many of them. But there's an iconic photo of two black American athletes. During the medal ceremony, they put their head down and they did the pride thing. I forget when that was. Somebody let us know in the comments. You can also tweet us the answer at hashtag TNWYC if you want to get in touch with the show. # TNWYC. Just add that to your tweet. We will see it, or we'll try to see it. Katie's usually the one that handles all that stuff for kind of maybe a little bit.
She does do things.
She does kind of do things sometimes. But she is not here.
Feeling for it.
Yeah, she's
not here.
This is why she's not getting part of the money.
Her third leg is being surgically removed as we speak. A lot of people don't know that about Katie. 3 legs. That's why she's fast. Now you know.
Would 3 legs make you faster?
It seemed like it would be a hindrance, if anything.
Well, because you got to look at like a
Like,
three-legged.
what if you trip on it and you pole vault on it?
Yeah, well, like a 3-legged dog. Is a 3-legged dog really fast?
Well, no, but they're 4-legged, so they're going down. We have 2. We're going up.
Right.
We're upgrading. We're trading up.
Moving on up, moving on up. I guess. But anyway, no, Katie's working tonight. She's picking up some extra hours, trying to make a little bit extra money. But Chiz is here, and we're going to do the show. This is Chiz. Hi. You can follow him at Dr. Chiz. And I believe the description should link to his Twitch page because he's been streaming a lot. So you should go check him out there and follow him there and go watch him stream. What did you just do the Black Power thing, or was that Zeke Heil?
That was Yeehaw.
Oh.
Nobody noticed. I was going. Snuck it in there.
Great.
I forgot what I wanted to talk about.
Just
something about the Olympics. Oh, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
We don't. Nobody negotiates with terrorists.
No. You want to know why? Do you know why, Lefty?
No, I don't know why. Please enlighten us.
Because if we did, every fucking camera crew would get kidnapped. If you don't pay them, they got no reason to capture people. We may lose some people, but it's a lot less than guaranteeing almost every camera crew.
But they say that in every movie, but they end up still negotiating.
Yeah, but we don't.
Because right in The Rock, don't they say we don't negotiate with terrorists, but then when they end up fucking negotiating.
What movie with The Rock?
The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. I thought
Not
you meant
with The Rock. The movie The Rock. Welcome to The Rock.
But they didn't negotiate with them. They fucking stormed that goddamn island, and that wasn't going to work. They're going to blow it up with
Well, they
thermite
tried
plasma.
to negotiate. They tried to negotiate with them.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
and I forgot about that. They
kinda
did
led
drop
them on.
thermite.
They led them on. They're like, we'll give you $30 million. We just need more time just to, make sure the planes are in the air.
But if you're a terrorist and you take over like something, and you know most police agencies don't want to negotiate with terrorists, but then they start negotiating with you, or shouldn't like bells be like, wait a minute.
Ain't right.
You say all the time that you don't negotiate with terrorists, and I'm a terrorist, but you're negotiating with me. What are you up to, police?
Exactly. And then they thermite plasma your ass.
Video games and bad movies.
What is the point? Like, even when they're going through urban areas, they still got their desert camo on and shit like that.
And it's like, oh, I'm a brick wall.
I'm a brick wall that has speckled black and white paint on it.
Right? Because have you been to a city? They're not all like in a jungle. It's pretty monochromatic, really. I mean, there's a lot dominated by green. So if you're wearing jungle fatigues, there's going to be a lot of green in your jungle fatigues. Makes sense. But if you've been to a city, they're all different kinds of colors. All these buildings.
Go to New York, you're fucked. Just
Right?
glowing neon everywhere.
It's like, what do you? Oh, I'm a trash can. Bleh. You can't see me in my urban camouflage that I'm
You'd be
wearing.
better off staying in the green camo and like jump into like a potted plant area or something. Mm-hmm. You'd really blend in well in a hotel lobby, like the Ritz or something. They have nice shrubbery in their lobbies.
Right.
Not walk around.
Then they're
black
all
and
wearing
white.
tactical vests to cover up the camouflage. It's like,
Yeah, I
what
never
are you
understood that
doing?
one. I don't know why you don't wear that underneath.
It should be like if a camouflage is supposed to work, if it's supposed to accomplish anything, it should be like a parka or a
Should be.
poncho,
Or one of those full one denim jumpsuit things.
a onesie,
Yeah.
a camouflage onesie. I like
You'd be
it.
kind of fucked though if you had to like go to the bathroom. You have to take off the top half and.
Right, you squirm
Oh,
out
that
of
guy's
it.
invisible from the bottom down. Don't shoot him there.
No,
I never understood that.
but-
It looks cool. I like the color. Like I always pick it for gun color in like Call of Duty, the urban camo or like the red, black, and white. But because I just think desert and shit looks like crap. But when isn't that applicable?
Oh yeah, the Russians, like their version of it is like red. What?
Yeah.
That's even.
I don't even understand that one.
Although, is there a lot of brick masonry in the?
Yeah, there must be a lot of masonry.
I don't
Or a lot of rust on shit because it's fucking Russia.
yeah, because it's
Half
Russia.
the
Like,
Soviet
all right,
Union fell.
maybe that's why they're like, all right, everything is rusty here in Russia. That is why we. I don't know why. It's
sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger explaining. That's why everything in Russia is rusty. So we need the rusty camouflage. So you'll be hiding from the enemies. That's why. That's why he does it.
God, that was so awesome. I'm like, this doesn't. There's a hint of Russian, but it's
Yeah,
really.
yeah. My Russian, it
Arnold
quickly
Schwarzenegger.
turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's why, like, my Christopher Walken quickly turns into old
Turns
Jewish
into
man,
Old Jewish man. It does.
and vice versa. When I'm trying to do old Jewish man, eventually I turn into Christopher Walken.
It's this weird parallel universe thing.
Yeah, I think
Both of
everybody
us.
should like and favorite this stream for crappy impersonations.
At 3,000 likes, we'll do an entire show in the Angry Jew voices.
Oh no, we got to switch it up. Like we'll do it all in voices. We'll play a game like
All different voices. No regular
Arnold
shit.
Schwarzenegger, Christopher Walken, movie voice guy. I don't know who else. Old Jewish men.
I would pay for old movie voice guy.
Well, not
He's
old
pretty
movie
awesome.
voice, but
Movie.
it
movie
sucks
phone.
that he's dead. The original. Oh, the movie phone guy. Hello
Movie
and
phone.
welcome to Movie Phone.
Movie phone. Press 9.
I remember using that.
Chucky. I don't because I'm not old. Not that
Yeah,
old.
see, that's how old I am. I remember using movie phone
Movie
instead
phone.
of
The only reason I
Fandango.
even know about movie phone is from Seinfeld. It's the
Oh yeah,
only
that was a
reason
great
why.
episode. Yeah,
Like he's got the same number as the movie phone number.
hmm
That was awesome.
That was a good episode. That was.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Seinfeld hit on like a lot of things, and a lot of them. Right, that was the test bed. The Rock. When did that movie come out? That was late '90s, right?
Fuck.
That
Yeah,
was the
late-
test bed for the World Trade Center. They're like, "Fuck, it worked on Alcatraz. We're gonna bring down the
We're gonna-
trade towers."
With thermite paint, though.
Right. Well, Jesse Ventura's on that shit.
We're
I'm talking about
decorating
thermite paint.
paint.
Big dumb idiot. Come on.
I thought that VX gas was fake.
Is VX gas real?
Yeah, I was watching something on the History Channel. It was like the top 10 most dangerous things, and like VX gas was number 6 or whatever. And it was just like the movie. It's like in liquid form or whatever. It's potent, but once it gets in, like one drop of it will kill everyone in this room.
Oh, really?
Just like the movie, which is why I don't understand why Nicolas Cage puts it in that dude's mouth, punches it, that dude dies, but the atrophy, I guess, is enough to.
Well,
Is that really all it takes?
Well, he does it. I mean, he starts like freaking
He starts
out.
convulsing
and then
a
he's
little bit,
gotta-
but then he atrophies himself with
Well, yeah,
atrophy.
yeah.
Is that really all it would take?
I don't know.
My
I'm
favorite
not a-
part in that movie is at the beginning when he's still at the FBI.
Oh, right, and his friend.
And
It's
it's
like,
like, you want me to stick this in my fucking heart? Are you fucking kidding me? What if I miss? And it's like a fucking needle this
yeah.
long.
No, I'm not. No, that's.
I couldn't do that. That's a situation where I'd be fucked.
And why did the soldiers in that movie have mini cams on them? Why did they have those little shoulder cameras?
GoPros? I don't know.
Right? Because that wasn't even a thing. That wasn't even a technology then.
Yeah.
They
Sponsored
could,
by GoPro.
they had night vision like mini cams on them.
Mm-hmm. And they had those weird trip sensors, like the one where even if you disarm it, it still goes off, or whatever, the little pendulum. And
Well, yeah, but they're
flash
Marines
sphere.
though, so they got that stuff on
Yeah.
lockdown. So, I mean, they're all these people are supposedly Navy SEAls, but they don't speak like Navy SEAls. They say
do you mean?
stand fast. They're like stand fast.
Fast.
What does that even mean?
I will not give that order.
I will not give that order. Are you?
What the hell
You
is
should
wrong
give.
with you?
You are covered from an elevated position. Blah, 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 blah. Like,
I will
oh
not
my.
give that order. I cannot give that order. Like, you're gonna die.
But just a bad movie. So when you start breaking down The Rock in terms of
81 hostages versus 10 million civilians. However many it is in San Francisco, I don't know.
and then the feet thing, you know,
What feet thing?
Mason.
Oh, the feet thing. That was another one.
That's a good scene. And then, elegant string of pearls configuration. It's quite beautiful, really. Like, shut up, Nicolas Cage.
Sean Connery, though.
John Connor is good. What was his wife's name?
The prom queen.
Oh yeah, Carla was the prom queen.
Yeah. Carla was the pro. Really? Mm-hmm.
Yep, she was.
Yep.
And she was just a raging bitch too.
Yeah,
Throughout the whole movie, just a bitch. Yeah. Like, look, lady, I'm the driver. Leave me alone. I'm told bring you from A to B. Stop screaming at me. There's nothing I can do. I'm just a guy.
Hey, could you not come to San Francisco? It's bad. Oh, to hell with that. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Oh, you dumb. She deserved to die. I don't care if you are pregnant. That's no excuse.
So now that we've thoroughly just absolutely eviscerated the movie The Rock.
I love it though. I love.
Well, it's so bad. Like it's so bad, it's good. I mean, why are Marines wearing urban camouflage? Does anybody wear urban camouflage? I've never seen anybody actually wear that except in videos, other things, whatever.
Like ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream. Yeah, we need ice cream. We need a fully stocked fridge. Chiz is leaving. I'm doing the damn intro. Where are you going? Where's he going? What are you doing? You moron? Okay, well, I guess I'm flying the show solo now. Oh, now he's back.
It's all on you.
You just got up. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to go. Bye. I'm like, what?
This is so annoying. Like, there is something up with my headphones where I only get left ear unless I press really hard right here on the cup, and then I get, I get stereo again. I don't know what the issue is.
That's a headphone issue. Your headphones
no shit, it's a headphone issue.
Well, it's got to be. It's got to be.
Is working.
Well, it's got to be something because the audio signal only goes into the left side, right?
Yeah.
So that means the audio, there has to be a wire to send the sound to the other phone, and that's just that's screwing up.
And it's always when I take them off just for a second right there, and now I got to get it back again. So I look like a retard. You were fine flying solo.
Yeah, no. Welcome. I'm your host, Lefty. What the hell is wrong with you? You're just you've got violent Tourette syndrome where you just have to hit yourself. But anyway, we are here. Katie is not with us tonight. What are you doing? It looks like you're jerking off your headphones.
There we go. If I hit the fucking thing inside of it, it gets better.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Astro.
This show not brought to you by Astro.
You're not sponsoring us, so I'm gonna burn these.
And now, thanks to that, we'll never be sponsored by Astro. But it's fine. I like my Audio Technicas.
I want those. If we get to 2,000 likes on this episode, even though Katie's not here and she brings all the likes,
she does bring all the likes.
2,000 likes, I will melt these on the next show.
All right, so there you go. You've got orders. We need 2,000 likes on this video, and Chiz will melt those Astros on the next show. And also, you could just like the stream because it does help us out, and maybe you enjoy the show that we put on for you. It does really help us out, and we greatly appreciate it. And we thank you all very much. Yeah. So I'm your host, Lefty. Now we're going to finally get to the propers. We're about 5 minutes into the show.
Good, solid.
I'm your host, Lefty.
That's not what you called if things did not go off very smoothly at the beginning.
Oh, right. We are known for our punctuality and just how our professionalism. Really,
we're here.
We are known complete. We are here and queer and professional. We're here. We're queer. We're professional. That's our motto.
Power.
That's our motto. In fact, in the next overlay, we're gonna have "We're here. We're queer. We are professional." So
fight the power.
Fight the power. Or
Black Panthers.
Not a crook. Are you double Black Panthers?
Black Panthers.
Is that like a multiplier?
One's a cobra.
So why is the Cobra attacking the Black Panther?
We're the Red Cobras.
We're the Red Cobras.
Black Panthers.
Like the G.I. Joe Cobras?
Ooh, yes.
Well, they're not actual Cobras, but Cobra.
The Cobra unit.
Yeah. I'd like to be a part of
Why is this a panther, by the way?
Well, that's just the pride symbol, I think. That doesn't...
Oh, okay.
It's not meant to be like, this represents Panther.
But it's most commonly associated with that organization.
Is it? I don't know. Did they start doing that? Because there's that iconic shot of the, what was it? It was the...
Nelson Mandela.
No, not Nelson Mandela. I almost said Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes. His brother, Nelson Mandela, or his cousin.
Nantucket.
Don't you mean